Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks.
Opie and Anthony.
Nice. And make people feel good? Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
All right, we get it.
Hey, man voice.
Ooh, you're hurting me now.
Yeah, you know I am. Grandpa, could you whip me up some ovaries?
iTunes Apple Store offers a slew of programs and games. How about the game Take Picture of Genitals, Send to Friends? Now open your cheeks up.
I want to hear
Wide.
the sniffing
Open
on the
up.
radio.
Cheeks wide.
Wait, shh. My teeth hurt.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hi.
Want to get going right away here, man. We got a lot to do on the Opie and Anthony Show. Thanks for joining us. Phone number 877-212-ONA. Also, 2 times this morning, we're going to give you another chance to win a key that might start that car that we're giving away at the comedy show this Saturday at the PNC Bank Arts Center. Thanks to, All-AmericanFord.net, of course. What is it, a Ford Mustang GT?
Yeah. Nice.
We're doing a texting thing. I'm going to get more people involved with this. So go to ondaradio.com for the details, right? Okay. And the texting thing happens when we go to commercials.
Mm-hmm.
We're being a little sneaky.
Sneaky.
So,
Forces you to listen.
so we're going to do that. We got
Trickery.
an exciting day for y'all.
For y'all.
We got a lot to do. There's a monster in Montauk.
Yeah, what the hell was that thing?
There's cheerleaders being hazed. Got some great audio of cheerleaders being hazed.
Look at the luggage.
You got miles and miles of luggage at JFK Airport here in New York City.
Somewhere in there is pink luggage
Really?
that is sitting on that pile at Kennedy Airport and supposed to be in Turks and Caicos. Poor Jill.
They lost something of hers for good?
No, it's they had a problem with the computers that run the baggage. Look at all the baggage piled up. We're watching the news, obviously, but yeah, the computers that they use to track the baggage and where it's going and everything broke down yesterday. And when the machine breaks down, we break down. And they just piled up the baggage and told people, take your flights and we'll send the baggage out to you, or you can sit with your baggage. So a lot of people opted to put it on the pile and take their flight. Well, it's still piled up. So
your lovely girlfriend is in Turks and Caicos?
yeah, she's
Without luggage, without her tiny little bikinis?
to cover. She's without me. No, she's there to cover a music festival.
Yeah.
So the camera crew doesn't have their camera equipment.
Yeah.
They pretty much have the clothes that they went in, and that's it.
So they
no other baggage.
That's a nice trade-off. They're on vacation, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Without swimsuits. Without
No.
their swimming trunks.
Swim trunks.
Oh, that sucks. Every time they open up a new airport, they have a problem with the luggage thing, right? Because this
Is that the new part?
Yeah, this is the state-of-the-art part of JFK Airport.
State of the art, all right.
Yeah.
And then someone's head's got to roll for that one. I mean, you can't get a computer up and running again in short enough time where bags aren't piled up in every corner of that terminal.
Can I tell you, I've only had a bags lost once, and Kenny had his lost once in all of our travels. Both Continental. Both times they came on the next flight. I've had great luggage experiences with.
Oh, but this was a major
This
breakdown.
is such a cluster.
There's just hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of bags, and they don't know where they're going.
They don't know where, and after they get everything running, they got to scan every single one of them and get them on planes to go to these destinations. Then what happens with the people's luggage that are on the plane? Like, isn't that too much luggage? Or do they just got to fly empty planes just with luggage?
They squeeze a couple bags on every flight. So.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
It takes forever.
It'll take forever.
It just looks like a nightmare.
Yeah.
A nightmare. I predict she does not get her luggage by the time she comes back Saturday.
You give her a credit card number so she could buy some fine things for herself down there?
She has credit cards.
Yeah, but maybe you make her feel good and go, hey, you know what? This one's on me.
Works for a living.
She does very well.
Yeah. Why? I had enough of that when I was with other girls. Jesus.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were getting a little defensive.
Like a girl that works.
It's not the... you finally got a girl that works.
A girl that actually works.
Kind of weird, right?
Oh, God.
Do you have any perishables?
Perishables?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there are any perishables.
You should call and demanding her luggage, saying there's a glazed ham in her bag.
It's going to rot. That's why I will always bring a carry-on, and you got to put all your important stuff in your carry-on.
Like what?
A change of clothes. One change of clothes.
Yeah.
Your phone charger.
Yeah.
Things like that. Let's see. Any medication you might want to take. Your drugs. Coke. Knives and guns. No, you got to bring like the important stuff. Maybe some entertainment. I always bring my computer. Mm-hmm. Like in my computer little wheelie carry-on bag. That way you have that with you. You can't just leave everything up to the airline. Go ahead. I trust you. No.
Take my stuff.
Take it.
I'll
Take
see
it.
you in the other city.
Well, you have to bring all of your computer. You can't throw that in a bag. In the
Some people will put it in their luggage.
They'll break it.
You pad it. Bubble
Put
wrap.
it in the middle.
That's why.
Put it in the middle of your clothes.
Yeah, that's why they invented bubble wrap.
My computer broke one time. I sent it because my luggage, I didn't have much luggage. I just had my big bag, and I wrapped my computer in 2 socks.
What did you think?
I don't know.
What the hell did you think?
I said this will be safe.
2 socks.
I wrapped it in 2 socks.
That's good padding.
Yeah, I even heard it clunk when it got thrown on the conveyor belt. I'm like, well, good luck to you.
Hey, the news and the authorities, they don't know what it is, so I'm hoping maybe the listeners know what it is. Can we get a picture of this beast on ondaradio.com?
It looked like it was...
Maybe my brother could call in. He's a marine biologist. He's finally needed on this radio show. Not talking about Brother Elmo. This would be Brother Scott.
It looked like it was perfectly cooked.
I don't
like
know what
a turkey.
Well, let's get the news story, and then we'll explain. That's the picture right there that we'll put up on ondaradio.com. But first, the news story.
Well, this is being dubbed the Montauk Monster, a strange creature that apparently washed ashore on Montauk Beach on Long Island. Take a look at this. Authorities cannot say for sure what it is. I don't know. Skeptics say the monster is a publicity stunt. Yeah. Other people claim it's a sea turtle without a shell or a skinned pig. Now, there's also talk that the creature is a byproduct of an experiment gone wrong, courtesy of the USDA's animal testing facility nearby.
It came from the deep. It's a strange-looking creature. All right.
Strange-looking creature. All right.
That's how the news is going to handle our demise, by the way.
Yeah.
Imagine this is the first of millions, and these things are going to eat us.
They're like monsters,
and
real monsters.
There's nothing we can do. Yeah, think Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Think Cloverfield, and the news is like, well, that's a weird-looking, scary creature. Anyway, today's weather, and like this is the tip of the iceberg. Like we are going to be destroyed now, but the news can't see it coming.
A couple more of these creatures popping up on our beaches.
Right.
We'll tell you what scientists think they are.
Right.
And then before you know it.
But first, sports. The Yankees picked up Pudge.
When would it get so out of hand that they wouldn't do sports, weather? It would just be 24 hours on creatures that are eating humans.
Right. They just found another 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
And their voices start changing finally instead of that's a strange little phenomenon.
Yes, look at that thing. I can't quite figure out what it is. Okay, let's go to weather.
Right. Yes.
Like, when do they not go to weather and just stick to the thousands of man-eating monster stories?
Where they blow off the Seinfeld reruns. They blow off the game shows.
Everything.
You're not watching Jeopardy anytime soon.
Just start screaming, it's the end of the world. Oh, my God, help me.
Right. They decided to just do news 24 hours a day because they're just scared to leave the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen how this story ends.
Shell or a skinned pig. Now, there's also talk that the creature is a byproduct of an experiment gone wrong, courtesy of the USDA's animal testing facility nearby.
It came from the deep. It's a strange-looking creature. All right.
All right.
All right. Yeah, it's strange. How about you give us a little more on this?
Go out to your car and just ravages you, rips your legs off.
Yeah, right. Strange looking creature. Oh, well. In entertainment news, Chris Angel did another hacky stunt. We'll tell you about it after these commercials. A lot of people saying this is a viral marketing campaign.
Oh, yeah?
A viral marketing hoax.
It did look like a turtle without a shell.
Yeah, but marine biologists, they would have this figured out in a second. So
of course.
They're saying authorities, and I'm thinking authorities mean they got some of the marine biologists in the area to come take a look at this. And if they don't know what this is, then I'm thinking it's got to be some kind of hoax. You get these hoaxes every once in a while, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It does look like a turtle without a shell. Because it's got that little snapper mouth. Little snapper like a parrot beak.
Turtle without a mouth.
Without a shell.
I mean, without a shell. The freaking face on this thing looks like monsterish, though. That's how a turtle looks?
Yeah, it kind of got a little beak.
What are you going with? Turtle without a shell?
A turtle without... Because the back legs almost look like a different color, which would kind of look like where a shell would go. Like where a shell would have protected it for all those years.
Doesn't it look crispy golden brown? Like, I want to eat it.
He looks uncomfortable.
Huh?
A shellless turtle is baking in the sun, laying in the sand. He probably just wants to get in the shell.
Yeah, he
have
just
some ocean water.
wants his shell.
He's just begging for a glass of water. Water! Hold on, bro. What?
He doesn't have any webbing that he could swim with, so I don't think it's a turtle.
And he has a big tail. Oh, yeah, turtles have tails, don't they?
Yeah.
They do have tails.
Yeah, little tails.
And a viral marketing campaign would be a way to explain away something they didn't want people to look into further.
Right.
Plum Island, you know.
We do have this, for the rest of America, we have this Plum Island that kind of sits off Long Island. It would be a great place to build a few mansions for the rich and famous.
Yeah.
But they have like literally one building on this island, and there's all sorts of experiments. And if
isn't that where they were going to send Hannibal Lecter for his little vacation?
Yeah, and then
Plum Island Research and Animal Testing Center. How charming!
How charming!
And if you're like into boating and you get a little too close to Plum Island, they make sure you don't get any closer.
Yeah.
They guard this island. It's quite creepy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's animal experiments, like animal diseases, anthrax, hoof and mouth.
Starting to think maybe they kind of like were fooling around with a few different species and came up with this thing.
Yeah.
But how would this thing then get off the island and get to Montauk?
It could swim.
Come on.
That's who works there?
Dude,
and where do they get to and from? Do they live there? Do they that's a weird little friggin' job to have, man. A creepy job.
It goes down. It goes down 3 to 4 levels.
Yeah.
So they're doing stuff underground.
It's like the Andromeda strain kind of stuff.
Oh boy.
I talked to a guy who delivered food there. He supplies the vending machines.
Great.
He's only allowed to the second level.
Yeah.
And there's a guard with him every step of the way.
What's
How
in
are
the
they
vending
doing?
machines?
Oh, he just brings candies.
M&Ms and anthrax.
Yeah, just horrible things.
Yeah, little roaches with chocolate on them.
Just a bunch of ghouls working there.
Yeah.
Oh, look, vanilla bird heads. These are lovely. Just creepy snacks.
Yeah, it's good it's good to know that mad scientists, love a peanut M&M every once in a while.
I wanted the coconut yak testicles. Where are they?
Try the shellless turtle.
Yes. Done to a turn.
It looks like a combination of a turtle and a person.
Yeah.
It's a turtle boy.
It's Turtle Boy. Little baking turtle boy. He needs a little sunblock.
Turtle boy needs a shell.
Turtle.
Well, the picture's up on onaradio.com. Check it out for yourself and let us know what you think this is. I hope my brother, well, he's not up yet. We'll call him in a little bit. He'll tell us what this is.
Marine biologist got to sleep in? What the hell's that all about?
Got 4 kids. He's hanging on for dear life. All right, so that's something we're trying to get to the bottom of.
Opie, I want to save the turtle boy thing.
Huh?
I want to rescue it.
It's dead, Jimmy.
I want to bring it home and nurse it.
Nurse it back to health.
It's just washed up on shore. It's dead.
You know how bad that would smell if you just sat on your couch with it and gave it a little milk and the milk just dribbled off his dead teeth onto the floor? What the hell?
You're cradling this stinking, rotting meat.
And you're just dripping milk, and it's cascading over its teeth and gums onto the couch because it's dead.
You're like, come on, you must be full.
Yeah. Mother, turtle boy won't get up.
Yeah, we should steal this thing and give it to someone's grandma.
Turtle boy.
And tell grandma it really is alive. It's just sleeping, and we need you to nurse it back to health. And then We'll check back in 2 weeks.
It's a big cat. He had his hair scared off. You have to pet under his chin a lot to help his hair grow back.
Shucka, under the chin.
She's caressing this dead thing with bones.
A very good point being made today. The news. Well, that's really weird and strange and could kill us and take over the world. But anyway,
end of civilization as we know it.
We got a schedule that we have to keep here on the local news.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got going on today? We got this Chris Angel thing really kind of pissed us off. How they're reporting this on the news. They're buying into his stunt.
Why do we have to go on the air and point out how the news just kind of
sucks,
screws up, can't identify a hoax?
Yeah. Chris Angel is, he does some of that, what's called trickery.
Trickery.
It's all about trickery. So why are you buying into it? I mean,
everything he does.
Some of the stuff he comes up with is really cool to check out. And the fun is trying to figure out how he did things. But he's not a magic man.
No. And everything he does is very calculated, tested, and he's fine.
Yeah.
It's what he does. He makes it look like things go wrong, like he just missed or just escaped something. Well, they had
should we just play the story, or you want to
Yeah, go ahead, play the story.
All right, and then we'll tell you where we got problems, and if you could hear where the problems are, then give yourself an A today. You're smart.
Yeah.
Well, in Florida, an illusion backfires for magician Chris Angel. He gave himself less than 3.5 minutes, look at this, to escape before dynamite demolished a Clearwater hotel. Now, to get out, he had to unhandcuff himself from a hotel balcony, go through some locked doors, and make it up to the roof for a waiting helicopter. But he couldn't pick the last lock. After the explosion, Angel emerged from the hotel rubble, and he says it's a good thing that he had a backup plan, but I guess because he's a magician, he's not sharing what it was.
No.
Well, how about we share what it was?
Yeah.
And how about you report that this didn't go wrong? This is exactly how he wanted this stunt to go.
Went off without a hitch. Do you think he was supposed to go to the roof and take a You know how anticlimactic that would be? It would just be like, who cares? All right, he made it to the roof. There's a helicopter. It whisks him off, and someone hits the friggin' button and blows the building up.
And just getting through the paperwork to get a helicopter guy to go, okay,
above an exploding building.
Yeah, I will rescue you with seconds to spare.
Yeah,
it ain't happening. So to him, he's like, okay, I can't do the helicopter thing. Second of all, these picks for these locks, they're also called keys.
Like he couldn't pick the last lock.
Right.
It's the first time ever he can't get out of a lock.
Like if you're one of these magic men, the one thing you know how to do really well is pick locks.
Yeah. That's what you do. It's what you do all the time.
I'm not a magic man, and I could pick a few locks. It's pretty easy, actually.
Everything he does involves him being cuffed or restrained in some way, shape, or form, and he's constantly having to pick the lock.
Right.
You mean to tell me this one time he couldn't do it?
Right. So he had to come up with another plan.
Yeah.
The plan was that he wasn't going to be able to pick the last lock. There was going to be no helicopter rescuing him as a building is exploding.
So he was going to be in this exploding building.
And then he walks out of the rubble like he's a WWE wrestler.
Yeah, he was really working it.
He was a little woozy as he walks out of the rubble, which was just hacky.
Yeah.
Basically, he ran down a few flights of stairs, ran out the back where no one could see him. Because these demolition experts, they could drop these buildings on a dime. We've all seen the specials on TV. They can knock some of these buildings down in Manhattan without affecting the buildings around them. That's how good they've
do it all
gotten.
The time.
So then he runs to a safe area outside the building. Right?
Some kind of improvised bunker, I would think. They probably made a little bunker for him.
And then they had some kind of tunnel that was reinforced, so now he could go through the building again. He might have he wouldn't have been in the tunnel as the building collapsed. That's taken way too much of a chance.
I'm sure he was in a secured area.
And then some kind of reinforced tunnel that makes it look like he's crawling from the wreckage.
And he gets out and starts walking through the dust, and oh my God, there he is. He's okay.
A little dazed and confused, but he's okay. Well, let's put him in an ambulance just to make sure.
That's exactly how it was supposed to go off.
Right, but the news is reporting that it went wrong. No, that's how it was supposed to go.
No, how do they report it as something that went wrong?
Illusionist Chris Angel was going from Plum Island in a little turtle shell and was going to go through a gamma radiation machine, and things went wrong.
That's what I want to see.
He was seen napping on the beach.
Little turtle boy.
I mean,
with his heavy metal hairdo.
He came up with a great trick, but the news, come on. You know, let the dummies be fooled, not you. You're the news.
Do you really think there's a lot of insurance that goes into it when you're going to be involved with an exploding building in a helicopter?
Of course.
Yeah.
There's not a helicopter operator alive that's going to go, all right, I'll take the chance for you.
Yeah.
For your TV show.
Let me hover over this exploding building.
Yeah.
How much do they charge for insurance? That he's going to be where? Inside the building when it blows up.
Yeah.
But he's not going to come out. No, there's a little tunnel. The building will collapse on him and he'll come out with dust.
All right. $86 million, please, for 1 day insurance.
You have to insure assuming the guy's going to die. You can't.
Yeah.
Plus, I wonder if you got to tell them how the trick is done.
Huh?
You probably have to tell the insurance company how the trick is done.
Of course.
So
of course.
knows.
I would just say it's magic.
Probably.
And then they would go, okay.
Oh, it's magic.
If it's magic, then you can't be hurt.
How about a little pilot today, see?
That's
I'm the king of the one-hit wonder.
That's the explanation he gives. Well, what happens is when the building comes down, they sprinkle fairy dust on me.
I disappear.
Hey, we got some more info on this. That's why I love having a national radio show. Jeff in Clearwater is going to give us more.
Oh.
Jeff?
Yeah.
This happened down near you, right?
Yeah, it just happened down here. It was a big hype. It was on the news from this morning all the way until it happened.
Could we get some news clips from local news clips from down there? And what was he saying?
Check bay9news.com. That's the local news.
All right.
We'll try to get some clips. Thanks for the heads up, Jeff. I appreciate it.
Just check that out. You'll see the stuff he said.
All right. Thank you, bro.
Bye.
Never believe it's not so. It's magic.
It's magic. That's right.
He's magical.
That stupid bull makes me laugh.
Every time, right? Pete in Ohio, what's up?
It's so obnoxious.
Pete
shatters the silence.
Oh, by the way, yes, it was some wizardry.
Wizardry.
He's a wizard.
Pete.
Maybe we could get Ted the Wizard to explain what Chris Angel did after the break.
I think Ted keeps the secrets.
Pete, what do you got?
Secrets.
Yeah, I'm on onaradio.com, and I'm looking at the Montauk Monster.
Yeah.
And I definitely say it's mutant. It looks like the mutant from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that Shredder created.
Well.
So I say mutant.
I please tell me you're no older than 14.
I never saw one of those dumb movies.
No.
All right, sir. Thanks.
21.
The turtle creature boy is sleeping on his stomach, and he looks like he's sleeping like he's got his two little legs splayed out, and his head is kind of tilted to the left, and his mouth like he's snoring. The poor boy has apnea, and his arm is up by his mouth. He looks like he's just dozing off.
Oh, he looks like Jimmy.
Looks like he needs some suntan.
A stronger chin than I have, though.
He needs like a 45 SPF.
Yeah, he is really a golden, crispy brown.
It must just hurt everywhere. He's got sunburn everywhere. It's
and
like
sand is on it.
It's like, where's my shell?
I really need that thing.
His skin is so sensitive without the shell. Like he was fine until somebody flicked the light on it and then he just burned.
We got to take a break. So we got the Montauk Monster. We got Chris Angel doing something terrific that tricked the news.
Wizardry.
Yeah, there was some wizardry. 877-212-ONA is our phone number. We're going to be giving away keys today that might start a car. Lots going on. Opie and Anthony, stay there.
Hey, this is Chris Angel. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony, instant feedback coming in. You got a guy from Philly, Vanderslice, it looks like, right? I hope that dead thing is Travis's stupid dog, Dexter.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some kind of Montauk Monster. Go to onaradio.com. The picture's up there. A lot of people on the phone saying it's a turtle.
Did they say how big it is?
No, we need to know how big this thing is. Justin in Ohio, monster is a turtle. You got James on Long Island. Monster is definitely a turtle. A lot of people saying it's a turtle. Also, Marcus from Philly, he writes, maybe Chris Angel jumped off the roof onto the flying DeLorean and it whisked him away.
Oh, yes. Just like Marty McFly did off of Biff's building. The Big Biff Hotel Casino.
Yeah.
When he was going to shoot him with the same gun that he killed his father with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Hey, what's up with this cooking death on Long Island?
Oh.
I just saw like a big headline, cooking death.
Well, it seems in Comac, an elderly woman, she's like in her 80s, was cooking, and she lit her little gown, her little house dress, on fire, and burnt to death.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Wait, I'm sorry, and I wasn't paying attention. Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
That's
Hold on, I got to do an oldie but goodie. Hold on a minute.
Had to hurt.
So what's up with this cooking death? So she was 83 or something?
I think 83.
Was she Italian, just trying to make her dumb sauce?
I don't know if it's a dumb sauce or if she was baking, because the neighbors said she liked to bake.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was by the stove, obviously, and her clothing caught fire, and she, I guess, panicked, started to run, and just was engulfed in flames and fell on the ground and died at the scene. Burnt to death.
Spun in a circle on fire in the kitchen.
Just bumping into things, setting them on fire.
Knocking pots over.
Oh,
yeah.
What does she wear when she cooks? An asbestos hat? Idiot.
You know, I just got to say, we're always searching out the greatest laugh ever. I don't think we'll ever beat that.
That is a good one.
Those two newsmen from that Washington TV station. Watching the model falling over and over again.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah, she burnt.
This proves there's no God. These stories come up, and then you just got to go, all right, that solves it. You don't need any of these religious people or scientists or any of that crap. You just go, yeah, there's no God.
How could there be?
All she wants to do is she's 83 and she just wants to make her dumb sauce.
I just want to cook.
Lived her life.
I'm on fire.
Right. What did she do to deserve that? The hell did she do to deserve that?
Elderly screams of pain. Oh, what a way to go.
And she panicked and went to throw water on herself, but it was the spare gas can she keeps by the stove. She always keeps one in case someone comes in with a lawnmower that needs a starting. You know, she's old.
Is it true that she was beloved by the neighbors?
The neighbors loved this woman. Apparently, she baked.
Yeah.
And brought the neighbors cupcakes and cookies and things.
Yeah.
And she loved her baking, they said.
Yeah.
And how ironic that she wound up baking herself.
Once again, no God, because you got this happening, and then you still got like Nazi guys, living their lives somewhere, in hiding.
Yeah.
Why can't they be the ones that burn alive?
Well, no, they saved that for the poor old ladies.
I understand, yes.
What happened? I'm on fire. You're kidding. How did it happen?
Neighbors loved it. They said when it was cold, she'd come over and just set her head on fire, and people would sit around in the living room and toast marshmallows
over her head.
Yeah, she was known as the old campfire bag. That's what that Montauk Monster is. It's just her laying naked.
She's cooking in her construction paper suit, just in her crepe paper.
She just panicked. Like, roll on the floor, idiot.
Stop, drop, and roll, they say.
My favorite old lady death story.
You have a favorite?
Oh, yeah. It happens, the faithful listeners are going to understand because we bring this up from time to time. It happens once, maybe twice a year in your town. The old lady living by herself with her dumb little dog. And then she learns the hard way how faithful the dog really is to the owner.
How the dog reverts back to its primal instincts when left without its kibble.
And sometimes, the old lady doesn't even really die. Like something happens, maybe a stroke, and she's just stuck in her house, can't move.
Yeah.
And the dog's like, well, where's my food, bitch? And then does what a dog should do if it's hungry. And
starts a-eating.
Starts a-eating.
Comes a nibbling. One of the best was the woman in the wheelchair because her legs were paralyzed, so she had no feeling in her legs, and she must have been dozing, and her dog ate her toes. just came up and nibbled at her little toes. She didn't feel a thing. Woke up with just a little stump.
And then she realized it was an error to coat her toes with ham glaze before she took a nap.
Unbelievable. All right, let's.
You think the dog told his friends what he was going to do? Like, watch this.
Check this out.
Don't bark. She'll wake up.
She won't feel a thing. Now I noticed, I started with just a couple of licks, and I noticed she didn't feel anything. Yeah. So I kind of nibbled a little, but didn't break the skin. Today, I'm going for the toes.
Yeah.
Don't do it. She'll wake up. She's got to feel that.
No, she doesn't. Watch. See? She didn't budge.
We got to go to Bruce in Louisiana because he's got to keep another theme going on the show. Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, I mean, at least she died doing what she loved.
Yeah, that's
screaming in agonizing pain.
Well, that's one of our favorite sayings when someone dies and they're like, well, at least they died doing what they love. But, people ignore the fact that, let's say it's a scuba diver. Well, at least he died doing what he loves. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that he's stuck underwater and drowning.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was a wonderful feeling.
That was not good.
That's the same feeling as looking at all the pretty fishes.
Yeah, your last thought is, I love doing this.
Yeah.
I love this.
That's not what you're thinking at all. You're like, holy S, I can't breathe, and I'm 100 feet under the water.
I love cooking and feeling every nerve ending in my body in agonizing pain.
Oh, fire is just hot.
Awful.
It hurts so badly and so deeply.
You think as she was burning, a big vat of vinegar might have fell off the shelf?
and gone into some of those open... like she banged into the lemon juice that she had sitting out.
Yeah, look, just go with the bit. Obviously, why would she have a big vat of lemon juice? But...
Well, she got gasoline next to the stove.
Exactly. Right. And an asbestos hat. She wore straw shoulder pads to cook.
She's cooking in straw.
A dress made of straw and horsetail hair.
Wonderful.
Let's say hi to Sean in Rockland County. Sean, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to correct Anthony. A couple minutes ago, he said those Nazis were living in hiding. I believe they actually have popular morning radio shows.
Oh, Opie said Nazis are hiding.
They can't tell our voices apart after 14 years.
I'll bet she cooked.
Thank you, Sean.
She would always wear her kindling bracelet and little dry leaf rings. She just loved them. The kids gave her rings made of dry leaves.
She's just a big hazard walking around. Washed her pants in kerosene.
She just stunk this old lady.
To get the racing stripes out of her underpants.
Yeah.
Brain, Boston, listening on BCN. Did very well in Boston with the ratings. Want to acknowledge that.
Yes.
She wear a suit. Her clothes were made out of the same paper they wrap a cigarette in. That's just nice slow burn. And she probably was too stupid to put it out. She would just look at it burn. Ah! And she just stared at it.
You think she had like tissue paper cabinets too? Let's just completely exaggerate this whole
everything.
Thing. Let's say hi to Brain. Brain, what do you got?
Hey, I think it's a misprint, fellas. My name's Brian.
He's printed in Brain.
All right. What's up, Brian? Brian!
I heard her sauce was to die for.
To die for.
We got another one too. Bill, what's up?
Oh, Bill.
Hey.
I guess God needed a creme brulee, huh?
Hey, I like Bill. He's keeping another bit going there.
I hate these local stories, though. It's right in Comac.
I know.
Probably got like the sons listening or something.
Look, we know it's
They're
horrible.
fans of the show. That was my grandma.
We know it's horrible. I'm sorry. Jason, Baltimore, what's up?
Hi, boys.
Hey.
Hey.
I just wanted to point out to little Jimmy there that while an asbestos hat is hilarious, it's also a flame retardant.
Well,
Oh, way to wreck our bit.
No, it's probably better because maybe that was the only part of it that didn't burn then. Maybe the top of her skull was protected, and then a gentleman came in and removed her hat so that her head caught fire.
And then she caught mesothelioma from the asbestos.
I love how Jimmy just spun that. I mean, basically, her brain was intact, so she could feel every awful.
Oh,
sensation.
true. Yes. Because her head didn't burn.
Right.
She had the asbestos hat on.
See, Jim was accurate in the law run.
Because her children worried about it. What she would do is she would make pasta, and she was lazy, so instead of walking to the table, she would take the whole thing and throw it back over her head into a bowl, and she was constantly scalding her scalp and neck with hot pasta. So they bought her an asbestos hat with a metal chin strap, and that's how she'd cook. So she felt everything.
We're just awful people, and our listeners are awful because they're helping us today. Every other radio station is reporting this as a very tragic story coming out of Long Island.
Tragedy in Comac.
All right, everyone's saying it's fireproof. Whatever. Let's say hi to Jose in Flushing. Jose, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
I was reading about the Montauk Monster. They were saying that it couldn't be a turtle because it had teeth, and they found that it had hair.
I like turtles.
It had hair?
What do you mean it had
fur?
hair?
I mean, fur. Sorry.
Fur.
Some people are saying that this can't be a turtle because it has teeth.
Yeah,
Does it have teeth?
It was in, I think, Newsy or Daily News on A4, and they tell you more about it. That it was like it came out on some website, and they had pictures of it with the fur or whatever.
Oh, really? Let's get more info on the Montauk Monster.
It's a parrot.
We got the picture up on ondaradio.com.
I think it's a bison.
You can't tell how big it is. There's no scale.
I know.
Imagine this is
Throw
under
a quarter next to it or something.
Imagine this is under a microscope and it's just a bed bug or something.
Yeah. What kind of bug?
Or if they show something like really small by the right knee and it's a house.
Yeah.
That's a large.
A big house. Heavy machinery.
That's a large animal.
Well, that would be scary.
I like turtles.
Yeah,
Yes, we all do.
We know.
They should superimpose a sky behind it and put a little cape on it. Just call it a flying pig boy thing. Why not?
You guys want to take a dog-eating person story from a cop?
Oh, yeah.
This could be
Sure.
good. Smitty, Jersey, what's up?
The cop you did.
Hey, guys, great story for you. We get a call not too long ago about a house that neighbors haven't seen this old man in a while. So we try to get in the house. The house is all locked up. So finally we get through a window. Dog crap all over the house. The dog meets us, licking us, trying to pet the dog, keep the dog away from you. We find a guy in the foyer of the front of the house. Guess what's removed from his body?
Wow. Oh, no.
Groin, testicle area. And this dog's licking us all. We're trying to be nice to the dog, and then we find out, oh, my God, he ate his own owner's testicles and groin area.
Well, you got to think that's the softest spot to go for if you're a hungry dog.
Oh, man.
You're not going to try to get some meat off the shin.
Well, what did they do when he was alive?
Trying to be nice to the dog, and he's licking us all, and then we see this. We're like, oh, my God, get this thing away from me.
It shows you what kind of an active life they had together, though, because, I guarantee you the old guy would with a little peanut butter, and the dog would think, oh,
yeah, maybe.
Dead.
Yeah, if you ever
Snack time.
I'm going right for it.
I'm really going to get a snack. Very good, Smitty. Yeah, these stories pop up, man. I'm telling you.
I tell you, hey, guys, police officers got those stories all the time about, going into the house, the guy dying on the bowl, with his face melted away because he's been sitting in the bathroom for 5 days at a time,
Oh, wonderful.
It's like out of 7.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, boys.
All right, Smitty, thank you.
Yep.
Someone is saying the Montauk Monster might be a Progeria kid.
It does look a little like that.
Maybe it's a Maury reject.
Just going to the beach, trying to get a little sun. I don't get out much. My body is that of a 90-year-old man, and I'm 6. Yeah, there's a God.
Little Progeria kid. Boy, they probably do burn really easily, too. Just got to sunblock them with spackle. Poor little bastard.
By the way, the Holy Rollers, you don't have to call a show. We like to say there's no God just because it makes it a lot more fun. Just leave us alone, please.
Holy Rollers.
Yeah, they call every time we go, obviously there's no God, and then they have to call up and explain why this stuff happens. And
because
blah,
God works
blah,
in mysterious
blah.
ways.
Exactly.
Why would God take an old lady and give her the most painful death known to any life form?
Yeah.
Burning to death. Not even smoke inhalation.
Yeah.
Burning to death.
Yeah, we would like to break it down.
And she was dead at the scene. So it's not even like, all right, her burns were bad, but she barbecued. She just rendered.
You know what that means? That means the fire had to get bored.
Right. It went out on its own.
It said, I guess we're done here.
There's nothing left to burn on the old lady.
Yeah.
Oof. God, that just really wakes up your nerve endings, though, a fire. A nice burn. You know what it's like to just burn a little part of you? The pain you feel? Someone turns around with a cigarette and, nails your arm and you're like, ow! That over your entire body for a minute.
20,000 cigarettes all poking you.
Poking you at once.
Did I ever tell you the story of the girl that set her hair on fire trying to light a cigarette in the Fig House up in Geneseo?
Ooh.
We're having one of these
hot,
huge parties in the basement, and this girl was just completely just out of it, wasted. And
hammered.
And she's got the lighter, and she's got the cigarette in her mouth, and she's, trying to light the cigarette, but she's too drunk to, line it up. So then she starts leaning her head over, and she's got the big, poofy, late 80s hair. And sure enough, she lights the cigarette and her hair at the same time, and it went... and it was probably a few... It was enough time that she was able to take a drag from the cigarette.
Really? While her hair was on fire. That would have been a great picture. Right at that moment where she doesn't know. Because I love that. You have seen those where people are on fire and don't know it yet. Yeah. And there's a picture taken. And they're just like, la-di-di-di-dum. Oh, I'm on fire.
And everyone in the room had the same thought at the same time. Wow, I know we should, put her hair out. But this is kind of cool to check out. Because she has no idea.
This goes.
Right. So there was definitely a slight delay. Because you knew you were seeing something that you're not going to see anytime soon.
Hair's a weird thing because it doesn't usually burn somebody. It just really stinks the place up, and people put it out real quick and then just seem stupid and stink the whole night.
Yeah.
I had an episode where I was in the woods, and me and my friend found this couch, foam rubber. So we pulled a piece of foam rubber out and lit it on fire, and it would do the voot-voot thing, where as the foam rubber melts and drips on fire, it makes this voot, voot, voot sound that's really cool. It's just the sound that a flaming molten rubber makes when it's falling to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So one of these little pieces of what amounts to napalm landed on my wrist, and I screamed, and this is just bubbling and boiling on my wrist. And I was like that little Kim Phuc girl in Vietnam running down the street after the napalm attack. It hurt so bad, and it wouldn't stop. And my friend's just laughing at me. Stop it.
Yeah.
Hair,
don't laugh at me.
Hair is so flammable. Why would nature put it on your head? It's almost like once it catches fire, you're finished. It should either A, be flame retardant, made of some sort of a lard, or you should be able to push a button and your hair ejects like Goose in Top Gun in place of fire.
If your hair just pops out.
But there should be a button on your middle of your forearm, and you push it, and your hair just shoots off.
I'm on fire. Eject the hair.
Yeah.
Our bodies are stupid.
They really are. 877-212-0NA. We do have to... Oh, you know what? I could use Tom for a little radio tease this morning. Tom, what do you got? Long Beach.
Hey, how's it going, boys?
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, there's a fisherman on the rocks at Jones Beach yesterday.
All right, don't even say anything else. We got a story for everybody after the break. Tom, thank you for setting it up.
All right.
Wait till you hear what happened to this fisherman out there on Jones Beach.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Really. Yeah. We'll get into that next.
A million shot.
Sure. Texters, get ready. Little heads up. Texters, get ready. Opie and Anthony.
By the way, back to the Opie and Anthony show.
Oh, Jimmy.
I'm sorry, you were putting your headphones on, and I wanted to correct myself because you were fixing your headphones and your little ear was folding. Opie's little ear was folding.
Ow.
I wanted to gently fix it. But Steve came over. Once again, I was wrong. Lard is flammable. So I completely mixed it up twice.
Yes. You made asbestos sound like it would catch on fire. And
lard
made people maybe think they should slather themselves in lard before they go near fire. so as to keep the fire off of them.
Who gives a S? It was still really funny.
But I know I should be corrected, though. I don't know.
This isn't NPR radio. Just go with it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the flammable things are.
Yeah, you're kind of dangerous to be around.
Yeah, right.
Jesus, Jimmy.
In high school, I was voted most likely to throw the wrong thing on a fire.
We got Bob Kelly in studio, one of the many comedians playing the big comedy show this Saturday. PNC Bank Arts Center, Homedale, New Jersey. You got Norton, Patrice O'Neill, Mike Birbiglia, Greg Giraldo, Bob Kelly, Rich Voss, Otto and George, Mike DiStefano. And I'm personally making a couple phone calls today to maybe
good, man.
make the lineup even better. Also, giving away a car from allamericanford.net. Details on ONARadio.com. It's going to be a great day Saturday. I hope a lot of you make it out there.
And there's the O&A Village with Drown the Clown, with Stalker Patty, Pat from Unaki. There's a sideshow performer who's a dead ringer for our creepy Steve C, a pest booth. And there's a K-Rock booth. Oh, they get the K-Rock Girl finalists. I heard those chicks are hot.
They're really hot.
And you can go to Ticketmaster, and it's supposed to be a really nice day. Or go to myspace.com/virus tour.
I think we're doing a contest with the K-Rock girls.
Are we?
Oh, yeah?
Which one is dumb enough to sleep with me?
I think we're gonna.
I made a little joke.
I think we're gonna have a poke 'em in the fart box contest.
Wow.
877-212-ONA. So we got this fisherman doing a little fishing in Jones Beach.
Yeah.
This is bizarre. I've done a little fishing. You know, we Anthony, I'm sure, did some fishing. You're brought up on Long Island. You throw a few lines in the water, right?
Sure, you go on to the little stone jetties and cast your line and try to reel in the big one.
And I understand what happened here, but,
yeah,
big but,
dude.
Let's play the story first.
Sick.
Well, a freak also on Long Island, a freak fishing accident leaves a man dead.
And as Rob Hoyle tells us, a piece of the man's own fishing equipment was what caused his death.
Fishing at the west end of Jones Beach was an afternoon ritual for Jose Gonzalez and his family, but last Friday his brother-in-law Jaime Chicas was killed in a bizarre fishing accident. The 21-year-old hit with his own fishing weight. A lead sinker similar to this one pierced his face right near his right eye and lodged in the back of his brain.
He fell on the rock and he said, That's all, man.
Gonzalez isn't sure how it happened, either are doctors, but they know the sinker somehow became a projectile.
And it came in and it penetrated his orbit, medial wall of the orbit, and it tracked all the way into his brain, settling somewhere at the back of his brain.
So basically, this was one of those sinkers that is what, like
it's like a
triangle.
Pyramid. It's a pyramid,
right? Because it's all sides, whatever.
Pyramid shaped. The line ties to what would be the flat bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah.
And it's a sinker, lead sinker.
It keeps your line underwater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it must have gotten
caught.
Yeah, it got caught on something.
We've all done this.
Pulls, and your rod just the fishing rod, bends.
But you don't want to lose a good sinker or a good lure or a good hook, what have you. So you're going to give it the old college try and try to unsnag it.
So the thing must have dislodged with so much energy stored in the fishing rod that it just whipped this thing back, and then the pyramid, the pointy part of the pyramid, hits him right next to the eye, goes through his eye socket, into his brain, and right through his brain.
The back
to the
of his
back
head.
of his head.
You know how
this
much force
thing
that
was like shot out of a cannon.
That's funny. But wait, how big are those things? How big are they?
They are the one they showed was about an inch long from the flat part of the pyramid to the pointy part of the pyramid. About an inch long.
Tops.
And
it was a bullet.
Just came through, like a giant bullet right through his brain.
Fisherman Rich Voss snapped it back, and there was nothing to stop it from hitting the back of his head. It rattled around like a gumball in an empty fishbowl.
Unbelievable.
He shook his head, and it came out his ear.
Here's the second half of the story.
Outsurf casting Edson Melchori says it's hard to fathom exactly how the freak accident happened, but offered up this possible explanation.
Yeah, I think the sinker got stuck on the stones there,
where he was fishing.
He believes Chicas must have then pulled back hard on his fishing rod trying to free the weight.
He pulled back hard and came right into his face. That's my opinion. It must have been a lot of force. It must be traveling at a very high velocity because it went through and through.
Jose Gonzalez just can't believe Chicas is gone.
He was a nice person, very young, happy. He liked to play soccer.
Ironically, his brother-in-law was in the same soccer league as the 5 men that were struck by lightning on Sunday. He would have been playing if not for the bizarre accident 2 days earlier.
Jamie Chicas came to this country from El Salvador a year ago. His family is now trying to raise money so his body can be brought back to his home country for burial.
Oh, boy.
Maybe the Montauk Monster is this guy. They couldn't afford to fly the body back. Said, just throw him on the beach. Someone will find him.
How many countries did we just listen to? It's like,
we heard.
Wait, so if he survived this, he would have been in a soccer game where 5 guys got hit by lightning? Is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah. So he was a goner anyway. God wanted him.
Yes. God needed a fisherman.
Yes, a fisherman. I'm hungry. Fish for me. I'm God.
You see these sinkers flying back at you at times, but, I mean, what are the odds?
Fishing is frightening.
Why?
Big hooks. They're flying all over the place. You ever go on a party boat with a bunch of people fishing? It's the most dangerous goddamn thing. The lines are getting crossed. I got one. He's trying to get under and over these people. He's going next to you. They're grabbing the big hook gaff thing. Everyone's drunk. With sharp hooks flying by your face. I hate that.
The best part about those fishing trips, all of a sudden they yell like, "Blues on the left," so everyone runs to the left side of the boat, and it's barely still afloat.
Yeah, tipping over.
No one wants to be the guy that just stays on the right side to keep it nice and balanced.
And there's Pukey. I'm usually Pukey guy.
Are you Pukey guy?
Oh, went on a party boat out in California when I was a kid, and God, I was just woofing the entire time. Very rough seas. Trying to fish, the smell of the bait and everything. Everything about fishing just is conducive to throwing up. You're drinking, you're smelling horrid smelling fish, and you're motion sick. It's fantastic. Have a sandwich. It'll make you feel better. No, it won't. It's going to make me puke. I got to lay down.
The last time I went fishing was almost a year ago for Brett's bachelor party, my brother Brett. And I promised a video, and my brother Quinn still hasn't, gotten it for me.
No.
I got 12 brothers if you're trying to, keep track at home.
That was a year ago?
It was a year ago, and basically my brother Scott took us fishing, and he knows where, like, the Blues are running and stuff in some of those little bay areas way out east, and he saw the seagulls attacking. He's like, okay, we're going to go in. And we were catching Blues literally every 30 seconds. You just throw the line in, and you got a bite. Simple as that. And we're reeling them in as fast as we can, and then throwing them back, just having a little fun. And all of a sudden, my brother is like, wow, I got a big one. And all of a sudden, like, he can't reel this thing in. And and we notice. Well, we all do. And all of a sudden, we realize that one seagull's not flying anymore, and it's just in the water.
Oh, no.
My brother hooked a seagull because they get a little anxious, too, and they go for the hooks and the bait and stuff.
Yeah.
And my brother had to reel in a seagull.
And it's fun. You just have a kite. Just flying a living kite.
Yeah, this thing was miserable. And then, my brother, the marine biologist, he's the brave one in the family. He decides, well, we got to get the seagull on the boat. And now this thing is flopping for dear life. We're all like cowards in the back of the boat as my brother just gets in there, grabs the seagull, and unhooks it. You ever try to unhook a seagull?
I have, but it was a Jewish man.
Yes.
Mr. Seagull?
It's bad enough trying to, get the hook out of a dumb fish, but just imagine trying to get it out of a seagull's mouth. My brother's just working it, the damn thing's bleeding, then throws it back in the water, and this one survived. It flew away. But we have video of this whole thing. I don't know why I don't have it yet for the website.
It was fishing is just barbaric too. At least it was when I fished with my dad. We used to take this little rickety rowboat out of Lilco on the North Shore there, Long Island.
Sure.
And again, I would just be throwing up and crying because I was a big crybaby, and I felt sick, and I'm just like, I'm gonna throw up. And he's like, shut up, just then lay down. Don't ruin my day. Me and your brother are fishing. You could sit there and cry. I don't feel good. So I laid down, and all the bait, they were using bait like crabs for bait, and the crabs got out of the container and were crawling in my hair. So I woke up with crabs. There's crabs in my hair. I'm crying.
Did your dad ever like hanging out with you with all the crying you did?
No, I was just crying constantly. Then he'd catch a fish. Like I caught a flounder.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I got a flounder. And Dad's like, oh, it swallowed the hook. So you got to cut it out. No. So he had to cut it out. Take the knife and like carve open the gill and find the hook and like rip it out.
While it was alive?
Yeah. It's flapping around. And then he had this little club and he just beat the sea robins over the head with them because sea robins are just waste fish. Yeah. Big hard-headed things, and sometimes they take the bait and you reel them into the boat and he would just smash their heads with clubs. It was horrid.
God, he was racist when it came to fishing, too, huh?
Yes.
A sea robin.
Why can't you let the sea robin live?
Well, because they're very hard to get the hook out of.
Yeah.
So you got to smash their little heads in.
Do you still get seasick?
No, I've been on a lot of cruises and stuff, and I don't know about maybe a small boat. And Sal had a big friggin' 38-foot Sea Ray that we used to go out on and stuff, and I never got sick on that.
I actually get sick. I never got seasick when I was young. Now I get seasick.
Really?
If I go out, we do that Comedy Cellar boat ride every year. I get seasick on that.
Because you're facing backwards. Like the audience is kind of facing forward, and you're standing at the front of the boat facing them. So you're going backwards on a boat.
You're doing comedy on a boat?
It's actually, it's like a 3-decker little paddle boat, one of those one of those fake steam.
Fake river boats?
Yeah, right. And then you whip around the island.
Why, sir? I tells you, sir.
It's a funny joke, sir.
Yeah. Playing poker with a honky-tonk piano in the background.
I caught you act while I was serving hors d'oeuvres.
Sir.
I got sick. I went whale watching, and that has to be the worst.
What, in a mirror?
Look at both of you. I've never seen Jimmy. Jimmy looked like he just got shot. His eyes went so wide open. Anthony just came right out. Jimmy went did you just see a ghost?
I almost chipped my tooth on the mic leaning in because I figured you think I didn't catch out of my peripheral his stupid Italian face moving towards the mic.
I'm going in. We both had the same target.
I couldn't get mirror out. It was the first thing I thought. Mirror! I knew I had to structure it. It wasn't structured.
It was too good.
Yeah. Both went for that one.
You had it in a mirror. Boom, beautiful.
Wonderful.
Very smooth.
Let's go to Kristen in Union. Kristen, what's up?
Hey guys, I love you and I love you every morning. Thank God for my call.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kristen.
Listen to you guys. My parents got a place in Cape May, and we go there almost every weekend during the summer. And my husband gets 8 a.m. to go fishing with our dog. Goes right off the beach. And about 3 years ago, he had a big catch. I mean, it was bending. Usually he catches stingrays, little things like that. He actually caught a miniature shark, and he pulled so hard. The face, like the head part of the shark with the eyes ripped off, yanked him over his face, splattered him in the face with the weight, and knocked him unconscious.
Oh, God. He ripped the shark's face off?
Yep, he knocked him unconscious.
That's what you deserve for sticking a hook in some live animal's mouth and pulling it in by the head.
Oh.
Why don't they just, there's got to be a better way to fish.
Yeah, it's the same way people have been fishing for thousands and thousands of years.
They even do it more humanely on the islands. Like the guys in bare feet, they throw a spear through it, which probably kills it fast.
Yeah, you would think.
It's just got to be... Oh, go ahead, Bobby.
I used to go with the Spanish guys for this restaurant I used to work with. After work, they'd take all the calamadre and stick it in a 5-gallon bucket and throw the bucket into the water and just drag it back in and catch fish.
Really?
Oh,
a bucket?
Oh, these little Mexicans were geniuses.
Wow.
Just a 5-gallon pail with calamare. And any Italian I have to say the accent. Calamadre. Gnocchi.
Gnocchi. There are just horrible stories on the phone.
Yeah, we'll go.
And this is why I hate fishing, because especially like where you got to cast and you're near, I have this fear of that hook is just going to get you on the back of the neck.
Yeah.
Or your ear or
the
something.
Eyeball.
Or the eye. Yeah. Well,
you imagine your friend fishing and it goes in your eye, and then he just casts it out and rips the top layer of eye skin off.
We got one of those. Darren in Connecticut, what's up?
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Hey, man.
Hey, when I was a kid, me and my older brother did school and went fishing, and I was just goofing off and started slapping the water with just a bare hook, and it come right back up through and just caught my eyelid, just missing my eyeball. Just don't even know how close it came.
Oh my God!
And I pulled a Anthony and screamed like a little girl.
Yeah, just start crying.
Oh yeah, I cried bad. They said that I cried louder when they give me the tetanus shot than when they was taking the hook out. But
I've told this story before. I was never a good fisherman. I just wasn't. My dad and I would go, and I stunk.
Did he wrap you around the hook?
Touche.
Way to hurt someone's feelings.
Are you trying to say he looks like a piece of squid?
Worm.
Opie, I'm saying he looks like a worm. And you, exactly
worm.
what I'm saying.
He would, but no, I would never catch any fish. And I remember my dad had a Chevy Vega with a hatchback.
Ooh,
and there was
nice ride.
He put yeah, we were fancy people. He put a big fish sticker on the back, and he's like, "That's to let everybody know there's a fisherman on board."
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did. I'm like, why'd you get the big fish? It was like a big, like a fish leaping proudly somewhere, like they do, like a salmon leaping proudly.
A largemouth bass.
Yeah,
it was a bass, sure.
And that's what he said. He goes, "That's to let everybody know there's a fisherman on board."
Mm.
Nice.
I like saying things like, a good or a bad day fishing is better than a good day at work. That's what I like saying.
What if you're a fisherman by trade? Then what?
Then don't get the bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Doesn't apply.
Let's go to Michigan. Dale, you're on the Opie and Anthony show.
hey guys,
What's up, Dale?
You calling from the future?
Can you get me a sports almanac?
You might want to leave your area. There seems to be a lot of radiation in the area.
Yeah, that is. There's a Geiger counter going in the background. What are you doing?
Get out of there.
Okay. Fishing with a girl cousin. She reared back the cast, and hook went right through my upper lip.
Oh.
The worm was on the hook. I could taste the worm. I made a little racket. Went up to the cabin. Had to walk up to the cabin with the pole and the line attached to my upper lip. They cut the line off. They cut the eye off the hook, and they pushed the hook through the other way.
Oh my God.
Then we went to get the tetanus shot. So.
Yeah. No drinking involved? There's never drinking involved when these things happen, right?
Not today. No.
Oh, boy. More radiation.
Now your phone's farting.
Never in like yesterday. Thanks, guys.
Through his upper lip. And, yeah, it's got the barb on the end of it, so you got to wait until you can get somewhere where there's a tool to cut the eye off, and then you got to slip it through like an arrow. Like when you shot with an arrow, you got to push it through the other way.
We got a lot of stories. We could take one more. You want hook jammed into an arm? Saw a kid with fish hook in his mouth.
I'd say that.
Guy got hooks stuck through fingernail and then into nose.
That's a good one.
And a friend got hooked through thumb. I think we have to go with fish hook in mouth, right?
Yeah, I was trying to catch him.
Michelle, Jersey.
I had to go. It was July 4th. It was in Florida. I had to go to the hospital because my earache was so bad from all these home remedies. I couldn't even open my jaw. So I'm in the emergency room, and there's this
useless
kid.
woman.
There's this kid with a hook in his mouth, and I'm like, "Doc, take him first." And he goes, "Nah, he'll be all right." And then just left the kid in the emergency room with the hook in his
With
face.
the hook in his mouth?
It was disgusting.
That's wonderful.
Needless to say, I'm all better now. Anyway, have a good day, guys. You're great. Bye.
You. Let's do it. Let's do a double Michelle here. Another one. We got a Michelle from Jersey.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey.
My husband's a fisherman. He fishes for stripers out on Long Island. He got a treble hook in his eye.
Oh, one of those like little grappling hooks. They look like 3 hooks in one.
Like 3 hooks in one, right? His friend, he was casting, and it came back at him and caught him in the eyeball. He had to be airlifted off the island.
In the eyeball.
Did he lose his sight?
The eyeball. Sorry, no.
Oh, good.
But his iris, the black part in the middle of the eye,
Yeah.
goes straight through the green part of his eye.
Oh my God.
We're having some phone trouble. Can you hear that on your end?
Yeah, it's like going.
Yeah.
Sounds like the phone's hungry.
It's like,
we're gonna have to give up on Michelle's
Stomach
story.
is growling.
It's like everybody's calling from inside of a closet door. It's creaking.
It's a good story. Well, it's break time anyway. We got Bob Kelly in studio. RobertKellyLive.com. Very excited that Bob's part of the comedy show this year at the PNC Bank Arts Center.
This Saturday night. What time the doors? 4, 5 o'clock?
I think, 5:30? 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
It's going to be a great time. It is every summer. Tickets still available through Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster.com.
Yep.
And you got a chance to win a car from allamericanford.net.
Yeah, when are we giving that away? We don't know, right?
Probably like halftime.
Okay.
What kind of car is it?
It's a Ford Mustang GT.
Jeez.
It's a nice one.
And there's going to be a little fish sticker on it to let you know there's a fisherman on board.
Fisherman on board.
Oh, too bad he should have had a douche. Sticker of a douche. Or two of them, actually.
You want to do some Obama McCain stuff next?
Sure.
Obama's saying some dumb things. McCain is putting out an Obama ad that's getting a little buzz today.
Yep.
So we got some good stuff. Stay there. Opie and Anthony. We got a busy show today. Opie and Anthony, Bob Kelly in studio. Greg Giraldo joining the program. Both these guys playing the comedy show Saturday at the PNC Bank Arts Center. Very excited to have these guys on the bill. What were you guys laughing at?
Well, Bobby Kelly is on the cover of the front page of Ricky Gervais's website.
Mm-hmm.
It's a screen cap from the film. I don't know what the film is called.
Ghost Town.
Ghost Town.
Ghost Town. Bobby plays a ghost in a construction helmet, and he's in the background in the shot. So,
and you're right next to the dude from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, he was there too. Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
That guy.
And I'm right
Ferris's
next to
friend.
the naked guy. If you can only see the top of his head, but that guy was fully nude, and he had stretch marks on his back. Ugh.
Bob, you shaved your goatee for this movie?
No, that's Ricky Gervais.
That's Ricky Gervais.
I wish I was that thin, Greg. Thank you.
oh wait, that is the guy. It's Cameron from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I just like saying the guy.
Swing, better swing.
Yeah. All right. Hey,
who's the old bag, by the way?
She's an old bag, but she's actually a famous theater.
Mind your P's and Q's.
She's a famous theater actress.
one of the teachers from Harry Potter too.
I didn't see Harry Potter, fag.
Yes. I'm a fag because I watch Harry Potter films. Are
I
you
re-
crazy?
I read
They're good films.
They're good
They're good films?
They're
Yes,
they're
fine
really
films.
good.
Fine films.
And they're much darker than people think.
Really?
Yes. The first one was kind of kiddie, and then they went they're getting darker and darker. Someone fucking stick up for me.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Harry Potter films are good.
Whoa.
Harry Potter films, Greg Giraldo?
I don't want to make any enemies at this hour.
Steve. Oh, I can't ask Steve.
Yes.
That doesn't help
They're
my cause.
wonderful.
That doesn't help my cause.
I love the
magical.
children.
The wizards and fairies.
I got to answer Booby Man. The answer is Kiss. And the answer to the second question, I don't know still. Okay?
Okay, yes.
Mystery answers.
Yes. Hey, we got Penn from Penn and Teller coming in tomorrow.
Yep.
And I got to turn people on to the new season of BS. Can't say it on this side. Bull,
Yes.
Bull blank. Bull S.
Right.
He does a episode on NASA, and then he does an episode on Going Green.
Going Green. That's boy, is that all popular now.
And I hope
Going
everyone
Green.
checks out what they do with this whole
I saw it.
Going Green. You've seen
You
it
saw the
already?
new-
Yeah.
the new ones?
It's not out yet, I don't think.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, it came out yesterday, I think, or the day before. I watched some of it too. 'Cause we did Going Green on that Root of All Evil, that Lewis Black show,
Right.
and I watched them do it, and they did it much better.
Do they?
Well, they have language freedom, too, you guys don't have. I mean, Penn is just...
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Penn's a potty mouth on his TV show.
He just curses.
And he knows calling the show Bull Blank really hurts him, but he don't care.
No.
He can't really market the show.
It's a funny show, though. It's like... It's like in the NASA one. He starts off wearing this homemade horrible spaceman outfit. It's just funny. He's very entertaining, and he's just blasting things.
And he's a douche.
Oh, is he an
He
ass?
just really gets on people.
It's so great because what he'll do is he'll promote whatever they want him to promote, but then he'll bash it while he's promoting it, or
Yeah.
he'll just attack them, like the video of them.
Yeah.
And they can't do anything about it because it's already been shot.
Well, this is how he started his Green episode. Listen to this. Listen closely.
Listen to this. In Africa, drought continues for the 6th consecutive year. Record rains in parts of the U.S., Pakistan, and Japan caused some of the worst flooding in centuries. New England, and northern Europe have recently experienced the mildest winters within anyone's recollection. It says right here in Time magazine, the weather's gone nuts, and we humans are to blame. Scientists are telling us we're heading into a new ice age? What? It's from Time magazine, Monday, June 24th, 1974. I've got to stop picking up 30-year-old magazines in my dentist's office.
That's fantastic.
Isn't that great?
They really are brilliant attacks. Like,
wow.
They really are, he backs them up. I mean, it's just, there's no way to defend that. Like, if you're you're screaming about global warming, you can't argue with that.
I like when he sends the fake person with a clipboard to sign the petition, and like they did one where everybody at this green festival signed the petition because of this thing that was in offices and buildings, and they were like, yeah, that's bad. I heard about that. It was actually
it was like water.
It was water.
Yeah.
It was just all these idiots signed to have water removed from schools and offices.
It was a technical name. It was some kind of a technical name for water. And he was just saying what a bunch of joiners they were. Yeah. They're all just joiners. And why is that? It's such an insult, even though it's not nasty to be a joiner.
Penn continues talking about 1974.
And that's not a joke. That's the real article from Time 1974. I'm Penn, and this is my partner, Teller. And 3 decades ago, pretty much everybody thought we up the earth with careless and selfish fossil fuel emissions. We were heading into an ice age. Today, the same fossil fuel emissions are causing global warming. Hey, no worries. You may be a carbon sinner, but now you can buy yourself a clean, green conscience for cash. It's a new craze based on eco-guilt, and it's bull.
There you go.
Eco-guilt.
So in 1974, we were heading into a new ice age, and now, 30 years later, doing the same stuff, it's global warming. That's the point he's making.
But they do say that global warming will cause an ice age. How that happens is quite amazing.
Well, they had a weatherman on, too, that said he's been for 40 years, and he showed a chart of, he says, it's been the same for the last 40 years. Since I've been doing weather, nothing has changed.
See, their big thing is the Gulf Stream moves, from Florida up the East Coast, and then kind of over to Europe, and then back down. And as it moves up north, the water gets colder and denser and sinks to the bottom. And then as it gets south again, it warms up and comes back to the surface. And it just goes along this track.
You have way too much time on your hands.
And then they say that if the ice caps start melting and put colder water into the mix, yes, it will slow this process down and then eventually stop it, and no warm water will be brought over into Europe, and Europe will then enter an ice age.
Oh, stop. Why the water will warm up?
In a matter of, they said, decades, not even like hundreds of years or anything like that. It could happen in no time at all.
Oh, what bunk. The water's not going to stay cold?
Yeah. Just imagine the ice skating you could get done.
Yeah. What bunk?
Yeah.
There was a guy, Bjorn Lomborg.
I hate him.
I hate his name.
He's like one of the few guys who kind of takes an anti-environment, anti-global warming thing, and basically just says it is happening. There's definitely global warming, but if you look at what you're trying to accomplish, like, are we supposed to make lives better? What are all the carbon offset, all that kind of stuff? What's it really going to accomplish? And ultimately, it's not doing any good. Like he says, for example, in Europe, 150,000 people a year die from excess heat. Like everyone talks about those heat waves, 150,000 die from excess heat, but actually 1.5 million a year die from excess cold.
Yeah,
right now.
There you go.
So if it warms up a few degrees, it actually is going to save a lot of lives.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Jimmy, you saw this episode of BS, right?
I saw most of it. Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing. It was so late last night. I kind of flipped through. It was very good.
That's how it started. But the real reason I'm bringing this to everyone's attention is because of Melissa.
I hated her.
We hate this woman, Melissa. She's a therapist there, Bobby.
Yeah.
A lot of people in this room, they're seeing therapists.
Yeah. I'll raise my hand.
You're going to be amazed why she's giving therapy. we meet Melissa.
Eco-anxiety is our reaction.
Okay. Eco-anxiety? She's treating eco-anxiety?
I remember this lady. This lady is just really retarded.
But people are buying into what she's doing.
The people that
she had a love circle.
What a swindler.
But she went out at the end of the thing, the end of the session.
Hey, we're getting there.
Snake oil saleswoman. That's what she is.
Yeah, comment as we go, Bobby.
Eco.
That's why we brought this to everyone's attention.
She has that short haircut, too, like she pitched for the Yankees in 1978.
Yeah. Hey, Dave Rigetti, what's wrong with me? Eco-anxiety.
Eco-anxiety.
Eco-anxiety is our reaction to what happens in our environment, the destruction of our environment, and how we respond to that.
My name is Melissa Pickett, and I'm a counselor in private practice in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yep. On her website, Melissa calls herself a licensed counselor. She also says she's a student of evolutionary inquiry, claims she can activate your DNA, balance your noetic energy field, whatever the that is, and she's an ecumenical minister.
Please get her on the phone and say that
we're
we all
trying.
have eco-anxiety.
We're trying to get her.
I am seeing between 40 and 60 clients a month where eco-anxiety is definitely a factor.
And how does she diagnose eco-anxiety?
The symptoms of eco-anxiety can range from everything from a stomach ache to headaches to feelings of just being nervous but not really knowing why. It can register as inattention or inability to focus and concentrate.
That's
like
anxiety.
It's like hanging out with Norton.
Nervous symptom.
That's just like anxiety or nerves or whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean you're eco-anxious.
No, it actually never means that.
No, you're right. It never means that. I'm eco-anxious.
What a great excuse. You're trying to have sex and all of a sudden nothing will work. What's the matter? I have eco-anxiety.
I'm eco-anxious.
Yes. I can't perform sexually. I keep thinking about rain clouds.
I'm Ted and I'm eco-anxious.
That's right. I'm Ted the Earth Lover.
Ted. Oh, Ted's a douche.
I got to say, I'm with Drew from Orlando. I wasn't going to bring it up, but now that he is, I'm with you, Drew. Go ahead. Your observation.
Yeah, some Betty needs another job. That's all it is. She sounds like the Mondo topless chick.
She does. She sounds a bit Mondo topless.
When I'm doing the topless.
Sure. All right.
Hey, Melissa, what? Tibbet?
Yeah, she's going to explain her ecotherapy.
All right.
People are signing up for this, though.
Of course they are.
Ecotherapy is a type of therapy which involves people getting back in contact with the natural world as a source of healing.
It really is painful to watch what we are doing to our planet.
There's a sense of helplessness almost.
On a daily basis, I sometimes don't know what I'm going to do.
I mean, I don't know how else to say it other than that, we're killing our mother.
I wish someone did that before you were born. You whiny bastard. God. No one is this upset.
I am.
Oh, are you?
Are you, Ted?
Yes. How can you think of making love when riverbeds are drying up? It's the hottest September on record. My heart's going pitter-pat. Need medication.
Hey, Ted, you go green?
Huh?
Do you do that green thing?
Ted only had 2 lines prepared,
It's old two-line Ted, they call him.
My carbon footprint is non-existent. I eat worm feces and leaves.
Ted.
All right. Well, this next piece of audio, Melissa, part of her therapy is she goes into her gravel driveway.
Yeah.
She picks up rocks, claims they're river rocks, and then hands them out to the circle of people getting their therapy, and they all comment about what the rock means to them and what it does for them.
That's her, by the way. That's
Yes.
a picture of her with the.
Oh,
yeah.
Looks like she's wearing a cancer wig.
That is horrid.
I had a whore massage lady used to give me rocks.
Really?
Yeah, for certain energy rocks. She'd take you in and give you tea, And then you get a rock when you leave for whatever mood
Hell is that?
I
After
don't
she
care.
had done the best part of the massage?
Yeah, you got the tea at the beginning, and then at the end, after she washed you in the shower thoroughly, then she gave you your stone.
So you have the great massage. The
I made a
massage is
wall
over.
with my stones.
Wait, the massage is over, and all of a sudden you actually still took the stones instead of saying,
Hey, you sit down, you talk to her, and she says,
about what?
Who cares?
So how long have you been a hooker, rock lady?
She does all that so she doesn't feel guilty about what she's doing.
Yep. It's about his system and helping his
shut up. You're-
equilibrium.
Finish your tea, and here's your yellow rock.
That's right. Let me go wash my hands.
Hands.
All right. Here's Melissa giving her
Go gargle.
her clients rocks. Listen to this.
And so I wanted to offer you this gift.
She shoots herself.
This gift, a rock from my gravel driveway.
Yeah.
Of a stone
Throw it right at her head.
to keep with you in your pocket, to remind you that you do come from Earth and that you are connected. If a person is living in the city and they don't have much interaction with nature, I'll hand them a river rock and ask them to put it in their pocket as a reminder that nature is there to support them.
Nature is there to support them with a rock in your pocket.
A river rock, and
river rock?
yes, those are the smoother ones because the water's running over, smoothing them down.
How disappointing is that? Like, she's like, I have a gift. And you're like, ooh, I love gifts.
Present.
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
Expecting a sweater.
Yeah.
A sweater.
Yeah, why not?
That's what's missing in the city is stone and rock.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Maybe a leaf.
Yeah, how about an oak tree?
Well, her message says she's out of town until August 4th. We're going to have to get her on the show.
Oh, where is
This
she?
Melissa. All right, so then...
hopefully she's getting treatment for something that's incurable, but they're just trying to make her quality of life better.
Rubbing hot rocks on it.
Under her armpit, a big lump.
Ah, jeez.
Oh, God.
What? Yeah, you heard me.
So then she goes around the circle and everyone talks about what the rock means to them.
I feel grateful because I know that no matter what happens tomorrow, there will always be a rock or sunlight or a breeze.
Come on.
Or the moon.
Got this connection with rocks, and so whenever I'm by a rock holding it, I feel grounded.
Feeling relaxed and kind of calm. Pretty excited about this rock as well.
Excited.
Excited about it.
Put it with the rest of them in your head.
I'm grounded.
I don't know.
I'm near rocks.
The police laughed at me. Somebody stole my river rock, and I reported it.
Yeah, Ted.
Yes, I had a hole in my pocket, and my river rock fell through.
And you need to find your river rock?
Yes, it was smooth, and it gave me comfort. Sometimes when I would get blue, I'd rub my river rock and just think of nature.
That's nice.
Nature's here for me.
That's good. It makes you feel like you're a part of the planet. You're one with the planet. You're carrying a rock with you.
I don't know if Sam got the clip, but then she goes around the room, you know, asking the people what they're doing to maybe relieve some of this anxiety. And one guy actually said, well, I'm drinking less bottles of water.
And what did that do?
Well, less plastic. He's not wasting.
Oh.
So that helps his eco anxiety. Less water bottles.
Nice.
You know, really. Sorry. Go ahead, Ted.
Ted knows not to step on the guests. Ted has courtesy.
That's creepy, man.
Oh, we do have that.
I never use bottled water. I simply scoop it up in my hands and carry it for the effort. I drink out of it like a small pony.
Geraldo, are you going to say something?
Well, it's just that what does give you eco anxiety is that these environmentalists basically just hate people. This because everything you do has an impact. The only environmentally friendly thing you can really do is kill yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just stepping on the planet one way or the other.
We are part of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
So whatever we do is natural. Yeah. We just happen to be able to grab stuff from the earth, stuff from the ocean, stuff from trees, smash it all together, and make things that fly. We're amazing. They're amazing. When you look at an airplane, a jet engine flying through there, it's made of dirt and trees, and we just pluck things off the planet and make flying machines.
Why couldn't the squirrels come up with that?
Exactly.
Stupid
so
squirrels.
Screw them. And why is it so bad that we figured out how to pump dead dinosaurs out of the earth and turn it into flying machines and cars and heat and things like that? Are we consuming the planet? Okay, maybe. I'm not even sure of that. But what's so bad about it? We're here. We're the top of the food chain for now. So screw it.
It's not like we're importing things from a comet.
Yeah.
Things that are not of this planet.
Bringing horrible things in there. No, we're altering the shape and form of the earth.
You're killing your mother, mister. Lay off of mother, bub. I have eco-anxiety. I can't perform sexually. It's like a small, soft baby shrimp. And it will stay that way until Mother Earth is healed.
Hey, Ted, you do some of that recycling?
I certainly do.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right.
After I use toilet paper, I use it to dry my body after a shower.
Ted's helping.
Yes.
It's the solution.
Then Melissa brings her clients to the labyrinth. This is what Bobby was talking about. I just wanted to save this, Bobby.
Yes.
The labyrinth was so ridiculous.
More stupid idiots.
The labyrinth, because, obviously this is radio, and I encourage you to actually see this because the visuals are great on this episode of BS, and we'll have Penn in tomorrow. It's basically a rock garden that's in the shape of like one of those
like a spiral,
like kind of a spiral.
Yeah, like something you get out of the Sunday Times.
And they slowly walk the spiral until they get to the center, basically.
So why is that a labyrinth?
That's what Penn is asking.
And why should you go through a labyrinth? What is that supposed to do for you?
We're going to explain right
for your
now.
Eco-anxiety.
We're going to be taking a walk through the labyrinth.
That's not a labyrinth. Labyrinths have choices. They're mazes. This is a dusty, no choices, rock-lined path to boredom. Why?
The purpose of walking a labyrinth is to get clarity on a question that you might be struggling with.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
This psychobabble bitch is cashing in on morons.
Anthony, people actually got, at the end of it, it was surprising because people got answers. People had
answers.
Did they? Yeah, they did. They had answers to their questions that they had.
Bobby with the setup.
Cindy,
wow.
Did you receive an answer?
I got an answer.
Mm-hmm. Peter, did you receive an answer?
I did.
So what did the vacant lot tell you?
Try not to use so many plastic water bottles.
The labyrinth, actually, when I got to the center, I actually felt and heard a really resounding that it was about me and every moment of a way of being.
Wow. I get to the center and it's all about me. That's deep.
He's such a dick. I love him.
This is one of my favorite shows, dude.
I love him.
And I love the other guy doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
3 seasons he hasn't spoken.
Yeah, well,
and he gets a paycheck.
That's been his thing for decades.
It's unbelievable. Is it really 5, 6? Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
I received my answers in the labyrinth.
Oh, you did, Ted?
I wanted to help the environment, and they said I had to stop dumping gas into the drinking water.
You were dumping gas?
Yes, I was. I was spilling oil on the wildlife. I thought it kept them warm. I would buy barrels of oil and just dump it on little bird nests. They said, Ted, you're not being helpful. So I lay and I'm one with nature. And one time I woke up and a gecko was eating aphids off my testicles.
What?
A what?
Odd
a
situation.
Gecko. This is a small lizard. It's lovely. The other part. Aphids are little bugs. And my testicles infested with them.
Aphids. Ted.
There you go. There's a taste, but the green show that BS Bull Ass did is worth the viewing.
It's on Showtime. It's a really good show.
And Penn's coming in to promote it a little more.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows.
The Labyrinth. I gotta watch it now and see what kind of a crap like Labyrinth this is. What does she charge?
She's a kook. I don't know.
She's expensive too. I think it was.
Of course, she's expensive. All these nuts are expensive.
It's like $100, $100-something.
Perhaps more than that.
What were we going to say, Jimmy? Who else is on the show tomorrow?
We got Buzz Aldrin,
Oh, that hack.
At, I think really early.
I shut down 2 MiGs.
Huh?
He shut down 2 MiGs.
Did he?
Yeah, well, all right. Yeah, he did. He shut down 2 MiGs.
That's his big accomplishment, Bob.
Well, no, I the other one was kind of obvious, Greg. I'm sorry. I didn't mean did I have to underline it for you?
It's obvious to you believers.
Yeah.
We never went to the moon.
It's true.
That's going to be my questioning tomorrow.
He's going to punch you.
I know. That's
he
what I'm
punches guys that insinuate that they never went to the moon.
Big astronaut ring on too, and he leaves just a picture of the space shuttle on his
Just
cheek.
a big friggin' moon rock in your face. That guy, he popped this guy was up on asking him questions in his face, going, "Why don't you just admit that you never went to the moon? It never happened." And Buzz Aldrin just turns around, pops him in the face, and walks away. It's like, what a gruff guy.
Good for him.
I love that.
Where did Buzz Aldrin's life go wrong that he has to hang out with a couple of shock jocks?
Shock jockery?
What's he plugging?
Huh?
He must be plugging.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure he's got a
Probably
book.
got a book.
Do we know, Steve?
I went to the moon.
We don't know what he's promoting?
Yeah, the book is I Went to the Moon and You Didn't.
And you didn't.
Exactly.
Nah. It's only a couple of people that,
He has 2
can't say
books.
that to.
All right.
2 books. He's
Yes,
probably...
one when he got back because he became an alcoholic and got in a lot of when he came back from the movie.
Did he?
Yeah, when he got back, he was all messed up.
Are you sure you're not just spouting off this babble?
He went to the moon, and then what are you going to do now? What? Go work at Walmart? I mean, it's pretty much.
No, you don't go from astronauting to Walmarting.
He came back. He came back and got all messed up, got his stuff together. And now he had another book called Return about how he's got his stuff together.
Wants to go back
This
to...
he was in the Korean conflict,
was he?
as they call it.
That's what sucks about guys like Buzz Aldrin. If you go to the moon, you should have special privileges. You should never have to pay for anything ever again. Never have to wait in traffic. All that.
Sure, he gets a few things on the arm,
That Bruce Willis movie when all the criminals that were going up, they never want to pay taxes again.
Pay taxes. Yeah, but does he have to pay taxes?
He has to pay taxes. That's completely
crazy.
ridiculous.
He should get free stuff at Applebee's whenever he wants, like a little card.
I went to the moon card.
Yeah.
Very limited.
It's just a picture of a guy floating.
I bet you he has to take out the garbage and all that crap, and he can't even
Still.
use. I was on the effing moon. Will you leave me alone?
This is what I did. I went to the moon.
You
See
get the
that?
Medal of
Up there.
Freedom.
I was there, and I came back.
Well, Mr. Moon Man,
Yeah.
the lawn's not going to cut itself. You just know he had one of those in his life.
He probably forgot the rules of the moon don't apply on Earth when he first got back. So he's in the living room and he just goes to take a dump, assuming it will float up and he can catch it. And his wife's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh God, I forgot."
Do you think he really took a dump in the living room?
Yes, I do. I do.
Yes, sir. Yes,
A
sir.
boy can dream, right, Jimmy?
Yeah. Shut up. Okay, sir. Number in stripes.
Okay, sir.
Well, sir, we're on our way to bingo parlor. Shut up. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. My favorite part of that, though, is when they're in the back of that truck, and the Soviet soldiers come over and point their guns, and they're pointing the guns out of the truck, and then John Kennedy just goes, "Okay, boys, pass them forward." Starts grabbing the guns, giving them to the Russians. "Okay, boys, pass them forward. Yeah, right this way. Here you go."
He was the greatest.
He was just a funny fat man.
Yeah.
Funniest fat man ever. I
He
think.
was funny in horrible movies. That's not easy to do. He never had that one big movie to showcase his talent.
Like Uncle Buck was not a great movie,
but he
funny.
was great in
Yeah.
it. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That was a good one. That was probably his best one.
Yeah, but you had to deal with Steve Martin.
He was funny though because he was playing like an annoying dick.
Yeah, and that's
to me
what he is.
Steve Martin with that
Yeah.
stupid smug, that Neil face. Like that's probably what Steve Martin's really like. This is a boring white guy who wants to talk about art. Shut up, wig man. that stupid thing on your head.
All right, Greg Giraldo, Robert Kelly in studio, both playing the comedy show Saturday.
Can I finish? I didn't finish mentioning our guest tomorrow.
Oh, who else is coming in, Jimmy?
We have Buzz Aldrin. We have Penn Jillette, and we have, of course, at 10 o'clock. I'm very happy we get Sabbath coming in.
What?
Black Sabbath with Ronnie. They're coming in tonight.
Really?
On XM.
Is this interview going to be better than the last time?
Well, the microphones weren't working.
Holy
last time.
yes, it was a cluster.
Dio was great last time.
He was, but the mics weren't
The
working.
mics were all.
I remember.
Yeah, it was a technical thing.
Who's coming in today? Any?
You guys, you're the big get today.
You're the big
Robert.
get today.
You're actually, Geraldo.
You and Geraldo. You
I think
guys are the big gets.
What do I have? A Carson Daly? I think just Geraldo's the big guest. I'll admit that.
Jesus.
Daily. I got to plug the signing because they're doing a signing which I want to plug.
I want to come tomorrow.
You come tomorrow.
You could come by.
Come by.
It's an open door for the most part.
You'd want to see Buzz?
I just want to sit over there and.
All right, come on in. It sounds like you're a big fan.
I'm a
of
big fan of Penn and Teller. I'm a big fan of that.
Oh, come on in tomorrow, Bobby.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Next.
Buzz Aldrin's a pretty good picture, I think, right?
Oh, it's a great one.
You're going to want to,
It's a great one.
have that picture.
It's a great picture.
Guy that walked on the goddamn moon.
Yeah, that still doesn't beat my Clinton picture. Sorry.
Buzz Aldrin?
Sure. Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry.
He's
biggie.
He's contributed.
Neil Armstrong, maybe. Sorry. Buzz Aldrin, no.
The number 2 guy.
On the moon.
No one remembers the number 2 guy.
Yes, they do. Buzz Aldrin.
Every photo on that moon landing, all those photos, every one you've seen is of Buzz Aldrin. None of them are of Neil Armstrong. The only photo of Armstrong on that first moon landing is a shot of him like fixing the lem. It was a weird. They didn't plan on Armstrong getting his pictures. I don't know why.
The Buzz forgot his camera. He didn't have his disposable camera. Armstrong did.
Disposable camera.
That's why.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's what happened.
And Armstrong blew his big line.
No, he didn't. They said he got it right, but it sounds like he blew it.
Yeah.
But if you listen real close, it sounds like he got it right because everyone thinks he blew
Maybe
it.
that's the last thing he was thinking of is sounding good when you're ready to step on something that you don't know is going to be quicksand or something.
It still makes sense. Yeah, I know. You're ready to step out and some creature bites your foot off.
You're just
like,
assuming.
First words, humna, humna, humna.
You're just assuming it's all going to be okay, but you don't know if there's giant beast right under the sand.
And the first words from the moon, oh my God, it's got my foot.
Hey, is Buzz the one that tried to hit the golf ball?
No, that was...
Which one was that?
What's his name? Goddamn. Guy that... Alan Shepard.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Okay. Alan Shepard did the long moonwalk with this guy who just piped up and said that there's aliens, right? The 9-hour moonwalk with this guy, Dr.
Edgar. Colonel Nelson.
Yeah, Colonel Nelson. Major Nelson.
Yes. Major.
Well, but then I looked and the girl was... But then you were... And... Oh, Major Nelson, wasn't there just a... But I looked and then a second ago it was...
How was he able to...
Guy was Dr. Bellows. He's a doctor and he's going crazy all
How
the
was
time.
he able to keep his job?
No.
I think they would have been suspicious.
Yeah. It's always some broad in his office. Bank. She just blinking. Hi, Master. This is Genie, but I saw, and she was wearing. But you're seeing things again, Dr. Bellows. Right. Okay, Major Nelson. They pull the wool over that idiot's eyes every time. And he was the shrink, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's the shrink.
You're seeing things again.
You're seeing things again. Okay.
TV was just so stupid in the 70s.
Oh, here it is. We're going to have a guy that has a genie. He's an astronaut.
Yeah.
And she just pops up and gets into wacky things.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to have a comedy.
Yeah.
Based in a Nazi POW camp.
Yeah.
Now stay with me.
Thank you.
What? Yes, a Nazi POW camp. Complete with swastikas and everything for everyone to see. And Nazis walk around, but this is the key. They're wacky, funny Nazis. Oh. See, and these Americans and English soldiers kind of pull fast ones on them all the time. All right, sold.
What about Gilligan's Island? Why would you dress up every day?
Well, that's just it.
Why would you dress up if you're going to be on an island for a long, long time?
TV back then.
Why don't you just go
sucked.
nude and go, you know what? I'm nude. Sorry.
Gilligan's Island stunk.
It was the worst show on television.
But they had to dress up in their clothes every day.
It was terrible.
And if you saw one of the Lucky episodes, you got to see him in a different, outfit. Oh, thanks.
When they really started running out of stuff and they had to have somebody wash up on shore in the boat, and they happened to get off within one episode.
Yeah.
But it's like, all of a sudden,
they still can't figure it out.
Here comes Vincent Price.
Right.
This is going to be scary. He'd wash up, or a submarine, a Soviet sub would wash up for their big Cold War episode, when they got serious. A very special Gilligan's Island.
And then they noticed the homoerotic relationship between Gilligan and the captain.
Oh, Skipper, yes.
Skipper, whatever he was. He used Gilligan's face as a humping pillow.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just...
Awful show.
Why wouldn't you just pair up at that point?
I think they did.
Yeah.
Girl, guy,
They
girl,
pretty much
guy,
did.
though. Why do the girls bunk together and the guys bunk together?
Miss Howell had so much stuff on her back. She looked like a stegosaurus. The professor, especially, very potent man.
Yes. I think it was insinuated that, or it was kind of alluded to that the professor and Marianne had something going on.
I think the Ginger and the professor. And
No, Professor and Marianne. She's more like the wholesome one. Ginger was kind of...
Marianne was the wholesome one that was for Gilligan.
And then Mrs. Howell.
Yeah, she was.
Miss Howell was a size queen and preferred gentlemen of color who were not on the island.
No, of course not. It was the 60s.
Go on those long walks looking for natives on the other side of the island.
Like the professor could make a radio. They could make a radio out of like a coconut, but he couldn't lash 2 logs together to float away.
Fix the boat.
Yeah.
Professor stunk.
All right. Why don't we take a break and
Went off on Gilligan Island jokes for a half hour.
Well, I was trying to do my
show.
Sabbath plug, Bob, and you.
Oh, right.
Go ahead, Jim.
People are confused. I don't want to see Gilligan naked. I'm just saying, why would you dress up if you're on a deserted island? You
People
idiot?
are confused.
I'm like, why are you making that leap?
You're saying he should have something over his stuff, maybe just like a banana leaf.
Who makes that mistake, though? Like, you're saying, why wouldn't they just be naked? But who actually thinks, dude, does he want to see Bob Denver without clothes?
Yeah.
Bob Denver.
The point is, why would you dress up in the clothes every day?
And that stupid hat.
Right, walk around with that heavy hat as you're baking away.
Why not just sit in Denver and do a mediocre radio show and get busted for pot again and again?
Oh no.
Wait, was he in Denver or no?
Well, his name is Bob Denver.
That's probably where I got that from.
He's dead.
Who wants to take this one?
What?
Do the vocals.
Oh. Rolling.
I got it. Since you've been gone, I am free for the first time. I'm so moving on. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause of you. It's you. Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone.
All right. Bob Kelly tearing up the vocals.
It's the
Remix.
Opie and Anthony Show. Yeah, RobertKellyLive.com. Greg Giraldo, you got a website or something, buddy?
Kind of. GregGiraldo.com or that MySpace. Greg Giraldo, something or other.
How many friends do you have?
In real life? Just you, Bob.
There's a big drop off from real life to.
It's friends and fake
MySpace.
friends. How many fake friends do you have? I got 10,572 fake friends.
I have 1,000 beautiful eyes.
Is MySpace over these days? Somebody told me that nobody does it anymore. I just started.
really can't even bother.
Like Facebook.
I cannot be bothered with MySpace anymore. It
Facebook
just
is
turned
more
into a mess.
It's more personal, but you can't have as many friends or something, right?
Yeah, you only have 5,000, which is great for most people, but when you're trying to use it to advertise and to send out mass, notices.
Yeah, but you can't, on MySpace, it's hard to send out you have to send out a bulletin to hit everybody.
Yeah, I do.
But you got to do it 19 times a day because they just keep getting pushed down.
Yeah. There's no way to get notified if you get a bulletin?
No, I think it comes up and then it just gets pushed down because as many friends as you have.
Can I get this out because he stepped on me before and I'm really gonna.
I apologize.
What happened? What happened?
Huh?
I wanted to plug the Sabbath thing and.
Oh yeah, I apologize.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Yeah. They're coming in tomorrow at 10, but Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, actually, they're doing a signing. It's their new box set. It's going to be Ronnie, Tony, Vinny, and Geezer, and it's called Black Sabbath: The Rules of Hell. It's at Vintage Vinyl, Saturday, August 2nd, from 3 to 4 p.m. only. It's on 51 Lafayette Street in Forge. And you have to get a wristband. There's a 500-person maximum.
Wow.
Just go down to the store, buy it, and they'll give you a wristband. Obviously, it's limited until they're sold out. But get that on the way down to the Virus Show, because that's what I'm going to do. Actually, stop in.
Hey, that's a great
Go to
idea.
the signing. The Virus Show doors did not open until 5:30.
Yep.
So on your way down to PNC, stop in and get Black Sabbath to sign their new box set for you.
Very cool. Hey, we could do Obama McCain stuff. We could do a man getting caught taking upskirt pics. Or we could do cheerleaders. You're ready to go with the upskirt, but let me give you the final choice here, Jimmy. You got cheerleaders that are hazing the new girls.
What, college or high school?
Grammar school.
All right, let's go with that story.
I say we like that one.
Which one you want to do?
I say the cheerleader hazing.
Yeah.
A little titillation.
Let's see what they're doing.
A little naughtiness in the show. What do you say, boys?
Get a little blue.
I don't dare.
Pull over, guys.
Nothing wrong with a little titillation.
It's good because this is always frat stories.
Yeah.
Like when things like this happen. Not hot when they take pine cones to football camp and start abusing the youngsters with them.
Yeah.
Well,
basically, Jimmy's like, speak for yourself.
Yeah, what's wrong with a pine cone? Put in the right place shows you who's boss.
Certainly would.
Let's get the
riding the pine. You're on the bench.
That would give you eco-anxiety.
Yes.
Let's get the really hot girls to now call the Opie and Anthony Show and give us their hazing stories from back in the day.
Yeah.
All the hot, sexy things you did to each other. That's what we need.
Because you know it's just them in their jammies,
'Cause it
giggling,
sucks.
spanking each other.
We go down this road with potential, and next thing you know, you're taking stories from fat, sweaty guys trying to get into a fraternity. Who
I had
cares?
to bend over and pick up a marshmallow.
All right.
Yeah, that's. Oh, we didn't haze in community college. We just went home.
Yeah.
We took the train.
Just leave.
Home. After basic math, I just went home.
New tonight, more than a dozen members of a Katy ISD cheerleading squad stand accused of taking the hazing of underclassmen way too far.
Oh, God. Way too far.
All right, let me just get started here. I want to time it so I finish when the story gets real good.
I hope it's sexy. It's probably not, though.
I bet it isn't.
No.
Really?
Drink toilet water.
Yeah, they made them put curlers in their hair.
Just kept slapping the fat armpit of the fat chick.
Even that's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Way too far. The mother and sister of one of those younger girls told us the seniors put the underclassmen in danger. And a story you won't see anywhere else. You'll hear what happened and what the district is doing.
When a girl her pants and puts her pants over another girl's head.
All right. Oh, that's great.
Well, there's two options now.
No kidding. That's why I'm laughing.
Is it?
I went with option 2 myself.
Yeah, I instantly thought option number 2.
Not meaning number 2. I mean,
No, that's what I
most
thought.
people would go with the other option. I'm going with the second option.
I went with option number 2, which is option number 2.
Yep.
I didn't go with option number 1, which would have been option number 1.
Oh, I see. So I should have option number 1 because I went.
Is that what you went with?
Oh yeah.
Because I thought it was really a mess.
It's so rare that the option numbers and the code match up.
Yeah, they match up.
I know.
That's what I figured.
You're right. I messed up.
But it depends on if it's the winter time. It would actually be nice to have one of those on your head.
Yeah.
Like a warm
it
helmet.
up. Yeah, warm up with a pudding hat.
It's not pudding.
I was going for the old bloody nose.
Were you? Okay, so there's 3 options.
Oh, yeah.
Could be the third option.
All right, here we go. Let's get back to this hot, sexy story. Let's back up so we get all the goodness.
Yeah.
Danger. And a story you won't see anywhere else. You'll hear what happened and what the district is doing.
When a girl her pants and puts her pants over another girl's head. No. That's just disgusting.
This sister of a Morton Ranch High School junior varsity cheerleader describes some of what she calls hazing that her sister and 13 other JV cheerleaders recently endured.
Yeah, I think it was option number 1. You could kind of almost hear her say.
I heard 2.
I heard like a.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be disgusting.
No, that made it kind of hot.
Yeah, but she said it was disgusting, so it had to be something. Can't be what we're thinking.
The mother or sister is going to think it's disgusting. Obviously, we're not. I'm thinking it's
either option,
pretty hot.
actually.
All right, let's.
Yeah, both at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Big mess. Ring it out.
With the flu. After some bad sushi. Looked like she was in Willy Wonka's joint.
Let's get more of this story on the air.
Yeah.
The JV girls claim the seniors bound them and tossed them into a pool.
Once you duct tape someone's hands, blindfold them, throw them in a pool, start flicking their body parts. It's way too far.
Her mother tonight echoed the same sentiment to us. Katy ISD officials.
And don't be a cheerleader. Why are you wrecking it for everyone else?
Yeah.
They've been doing this crap for freaking... who knows?
Body
years.
part flicking is a big part of cheerleading.
That's right.
I love that flicking their body parts. You know what they were flicking, don't you?
I also love that she's saying it like it's the same thing. So they're duct taping her hand. They're duct taping them and throwing them in a pool, and they're also touching them.
And they touch them.
Yeah, they drown them.
All of a sudden, the duct tape and the pool part, I don't even care about. I could care less if they're drowning. It's the flicking of the body parts, because you know it's the tenderest parts that they're flicking. You just know it.
Can I go for an obvious dump right now? Well, because people are saying there's a fourth option.
Can we get around?
Can't you work around it?
No, because it's one of our favorite words to say. Can I write it down at least?
Write it down.
We'll give Barry credit for this one.
I think we should be nice.
One of our favorite words to say.
Yeah, I love saying this dumb
Does it
word.
involve birth?
Here, I'll just pass it around the room.
Oh. Well, there could be some of that in there, but
yeah, but just how we say it is
yeah.
Wait, hold on.
One of the most. It's the funnest. One of the funnest words to say.
Do you know what me likes about Christmas? Santa Claus cumsies.
Yes, he does.
That's what me likes about Christmas. Santa Claus cumsies.
So there's a fourth option.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That we can't talk about on the air.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Their body parts. It's way too far.
Her mother tonight echoed the same sentiment to us. KDISD officials found out about the alleged incident the next day and told us, quote, the district is investigating an alleged off-campus incident possibly involving inappropriate behavior by certain students, end quote. The sister we talked to wants the seniors responsible to face punishment as laid out by the school district.
Ooh,
What the handbook says. You looked it up. Hazing means you get kicked off the team in extracurricular activities.
Tonight, all of the Morton Ranch High School cheerleaders are at a cheer camp at Texas A&M University. Parents were reportedly told their girls will be safe.
Oh, what? Don't join the cheerleading squad. Stop wrecking it for everyone else. This crap goes on, and everyone enjoys it for the most part. Yeah. And then it's your turn next year to
abuse the
the
underclass girls.
Of course.
To flick some of the youngsters.
Yes. Flick it.
Well, we got a guy that has a fine perv switch. Want to go right into the upskirt story?
Oh, I love it. Yes. Upskirts.
Oh, all right. Wait, we might have a hot story from Jackie in New York City. Jackie.
Hi.
Hi. I have a hot story.
Oh, God, I listen to you guys every day, and I'm hysterical laughing. When I was in college, when I was in my sorority, I would rather not name names, we called our hands the Colonel because it was finger-licking good. And we used to make the pledges, Colonel in the corner.
Colonel in the corner. Now, with their own hands or yours?
Their own hands. We wanted to make sure that they were fit to be in our group.
Oh.
Hey, you got any video?
So they would have to go in the corner.
We it was a while ago, so we didn't have our video cameras then. We just took pictures.
So they would have to go in the corner and dirty their hands?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then of course, after you dirty your hands, you got to clean them, right?
Yeah.
Well, the louder you got, the better the reaction of the sisters and so on and so forth. We had a fun night.
Sounds fantastic.
I don't really understand like fraternities and sororities, and I was a member of one, but it brings out the homosexual in you and the lesbian in you.
Certainly does.
It's the weirdest thing. It's like, yo, whoa.
Why is that fine? Because it's a sorority or a fraternity.
Right. She just basically told a lesbian story.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's probably not even a lesbian, but you join the sorority or the fraternity, and all of a sudden, some weird thoughts come out from these brothers.
I don't get it.
I don't either, man.
What do you like? Wake up spooning with one of your fraternity brothers? I just was a little cold in my bed, a little lonely.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You're pledging, and this is what we do.
We're brothers.
Nothing gay about it. You're just pledging this fine fraternity.
Both your breath smells like feet.
All right, let's go to the guy in the mall or Costco.
A Seattle man reportedly catches a suspect in the act of taking a picture of his wife's dress.
The suspect reportedly took a cell phone photo inside a Costco in South Seattle. That's where King 5's Tricia Manning-Smith is live with the story tonight. Tricia.
Dennis, that suspect's cell phone is now locked up as police evidence after the suspect reportedly
locked up, so the boys at the precinct.
Yeah, they're mailing it to all their friends.
Right. It's evidence. It's evidence.
Police evidence after the suspect reportedly tried and failed to delete that incriminating picture.
Oh.
The couple were shopping at this Costco on 4th Avenue South in Seattle. According to a police report, the man walked to another area of the store Sunday while his wife was in the camera section. When he returned, he told police, he saw a 67-year-old man reach down with a cell phone under his wife's dress, between her legs, and take a picture.
Oh. At a Costco in Seattle? Couldn't you just said it was a picture of Bigfoot? You just know. That's not where the hot girls are hanging out. Costco in Seattle.
Yeah.
He's 67. You'd like to think you'd outgrow that.
I'm surprised the 67-year-old guy knows how to work a camera on a cell phone.
Yeah. Well, obviously he doesn't.
All inept.
Got caught.
How do I delete this?
You know he went.
Excuse me, officer. Could you help me?
He's sending it to all his friends.
At the home.
The husband reportedly yelled at the suspect, who attempted to delete the photo. When the husband tried to grab the phone, the suspect took off running, allegedly with several employees giving chase. That suspect could not erase the photo, so then witnesses say he ripped the phone in half and threw it down an aisle. Someone grabbed the phone and stored it in the Costco store safe. The report says the police were called but were unable to respond in a timely manner, and all the participants left. The victims apparently returned to the Costco the next day and called 911. Costco would not comment on this incident. We talked to the Seattle husband and wife, who do not want to publicly comment.
Is that amazing?
Get over it.
That was the most detailed news account of it. The employees grabbed it and put it in the Costco storage safe.
In the safe.
It was a Motorola X90.
Dan G from PA, he writes, can you imagine how hard it would be to delete a picture with your nervous fingers pushing all kinds of different buttons?
Big fat hands.
It was like, you have to get this done, and you have literally seconds.
How do you delete a photo while people are chasing you?
Right. Humana. All right, what are we doing? We should take a break, I think. Greg Giraldo and Robert Kelly doing the big comedy show Saturday.
Yep.
Along with Patrice O'Neill and Norton and Mike Birbiglia and Voss and Otto and George, Mike DiStefano. Also giving away a car. Lots going on. Speaking of the car thing, get ready to text.
Hey, I'll be on the Gong Show tonight with Dave Attell. I'm a judge, 10 o'clock on Comedy Central. It's me, Ron White, JB Smoove, and hopefully it's funny. It was funny when we did it. So
Gene, the legless dancing machine, is he coming back?
No, that was a funny host, though.
Sure.
I can't wait to check it out, Jimmy.
I hope it's good, guys.
What time is it on?
10 p.m. on Comedy Central.
Tonight with
great
Jim Norton.
Dave Attell, of course.
Very, very good. Let's check out the FU line.
Thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony FU line. Here's the latest batch of FUs.
You have 6 new voice messages. First voice message.
This is Casey from Erie, Pennsylvania. I'd like to give a big you to Carla, you ignorant little leave me the alone. Off and die.
Next message.
Yeah, I just want to give a huge you to my job. I really can't stand waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning anymore, and I was about to go quit.
You.
Next message.
Yeah, I just want to give a big you to the New York State Lottery. I just bought $50 worth of tickets, and I didn't win. So much for my money going to support my kids' education. You, New York State Lottery.
Next message.
I just want to give a big old you to that gave me crabs last week. Those are itchy as hell. I've never had them before, and I don't want them again. You.
Next message.
Yeah, I want to send a big F-U out to Steve Gutenberg and his big, stupid face. F-U, Steve Gutenberg.
Next message.
Hey, guys, I want to give a big F-U to my soon-to-be ex-girlfriend who came home yesterday with a serious case of bleach breath. Man, bitch, I am on to you.
End of new messages.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line. 866-FU line 1. That's 866-FU line 1.
Thank you and goodbye.
It's mop-up time on the O&A show. Greg Giraldo, Robert Kelly doing a great job with us today. Jim Norton, of course, is going to be on the Gong Show tonight, 10 o'clock, Comedy Central. Check that out. One of the judges.
Yeah, me, Ron White, JB Smoove, and Attell is so funny to see Attell in a suit, trying to be like a person. He's just such a caustic lunatic.
I want to get David Tell in front of our fans, man.
Dude, I want him on that show so badly.
I would love to have David Tell on the show Saturday. Is it too late to try to get him?
I don't know. I don't know where he's working. I know Dave. You know, Dave never wants to feel like he's imposing. Like, he's so weird like that. He never wants to just walk into your party. It's like, you should call him.
We want him so bad.
Yeah. I think he is in town.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, Dave. You're getting a call after the show today.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Because the crowd would love him.
Yeah, we could use one more comedian, we're thinking.
Yeah.
Jimmy, we need an expert opinion.
Sure.
Well, there's a girl on Pal Talk, and a lot of speculation going on as to if she's a tranny or not.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Very attractive. This one here. Mariella. See, a lot of speculation. I don't think so. What do you think, tranny?
Hard to say. She's an Asian girl.
Yeah.
And of all trannies, Asians are normally the most passable because they're very nice skin and they're very slight. You know, normally they're the ones the hardest to tell.
Yes, sir.
Hairless,
Yes, sir. Hairless.
Yeah, hairless. Yeah. I can't tell with her because she has a little bit of an Adam's apple.
Yeah, is there?
A little bit, it seems like, but.
Tell her to show her hands if she has dirty fingernails and dirty knuckles. You know, she's doing construction during the day.
Construction. Well.
I'm not going to say yes, though. I mean, to be honest, there's nothing that would indicate that.
I say yes because the angle's weird.
It is a weird angle, but she could just have a weird face.
It could be,
Well, there's nothing really wrong there.
Covering up some stuff.
Is she in the Pal Talk room for O&A, or they just brought her from somewhere else?
No, she's been here like most of the show.
She doesn't look like she's listening to the show.
No, I don't think so. But a lot of people have been trying to get her to, show. And, show top, bottom, whatever. And apparently she won't, which is leading people to believe that, of course, guys, when the girls won't show, they instantly say it's a guy.
Yeah.
Plus,
have her show her neck to see if that Adam's apple's happening.
There's a roll of duct tape right by her leg.
That could be. Is that a hint? She said she's a guy?
She is?
What? She said she has 9.
9 what? Cut or uncut?
I don't...
Why am I getting excited?
Yeah, really. No, she's... And then says she was joking. Oh, who knows? I just thought I'd get Jimmy's expert opinion.
All right.
I think she is.
Listen, we haven't done politics yet. We got some Obama stuff happening today.
Obama.
That's why you love this show. Trannies on Pal Talk to Obama.
To Obama.
We
the
cover
current
all
situation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the stuff we do on a daily basis, it's wow, all over the place. Well, you got John McCain's new ad beating up Obama by just making fun of the fact that he's very,
black.
very popular.
Yeah.
I don't really get this move, do you?
Well, I could see what he wanted to do, but I think it's backfiring. He's saying, hey, look at this guy. He's like a rock star.
Yeah.
Look at him. Everyone loves him. He goes out to cheering crowds. But then he questions, is he qualified? Does that make someone qualified to be president?
Well, Hillary did the same thing, though, and it worked for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, the SNL stuff, and she started, he's on SNL. Then people switched up, the press switched on him.
How did it work for her? She's sitting out.
No, I'm not saying it worked. I'm not saying it worked entirely. I'm saying at the time, the tide switched for her. The press actually went against Obama for that next couple weeks, and
I think McCain blew it on this one because they show Obama in front of these crowds getting rah-rah and a lot of excitement, and then they go to like a McCain clip and he's just sitting there like in front of like a few people just I'm experienced.
Town hall.
Well, that's a big Karl Rove thing where they say you got to go after the guy's strength, which is like what they're most known for. Which is why, like what Obama did with McCain, where he said, "Okay, you were a very courageous worker." They had Wesley Clark come on, and go, "You were a courageous POW, but how about not getting caught in the first place?" It seems like you messed that one up a little bit. So they were trying to do something like that, saying he's so popular. This is his strength. He's so but this is a bizarre thing. You got to go after his strength. He's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
Let's bring him down.
I think McCain's gonna be the next president.
McCain? You think McCain now?
No
yep.
way.
How is that happening? Why were you saying that?
Because Bush is dropping the price of gas. He's going to start some more conflicts.
Yeah, you think he's just going to mix things up a little to keep the Republicans in?
I think so. In this commercial, Brittany and Paris Hilton are in it as well. So
he's the biggest celebrity in the world. But is he ready to lead? With gas prices soaring, Barack Obama says no to offshore drilling and says he'll raise taxes on electricity. Higher taxes, more foreign oil. That's the real Obama.
I'm John McCain, and I approve this message.
Now, listen, Ed, I know you're not a big Obama fan, but that's complete BS that they're saying he's going to raise taxes on electricity. How would anyone get into office saying that?
Well, he's not saying that.
Right.
He's just, it's part of his plan, though. And drill for oil everywhere.
No one would run on the platform that they're going to raise taxes on electricity.
He's going to raise taxes on baby formula.
Right.
We're going to stop funding AIDS and cancer research.
But they're saying that it's going to be more foreign oil. No, because John McCain's not mentioning that Obama's going to fund for alternative energy. Like, that's where he's going with it. It's almost like he's saying no offshore drilling. Let's just keep dealing with these savages that we're dealing with. When the reality is he's going to be for new alternative energy.
Whether it's going to work or not, he's going to try for something different.
We got to bite the bullet already.
Well, McCain's making it sound like, he doesn't mind the fact that gas is for possibly $5 a gallon.
Our lives are uncomfortable. We can't do what we want because it's too expensive. When we have a ball of fire that we can harness the energy from and use, and it's not going out, and it's big, and it's free, and it's a ball of nuclear fire, and all we do is put on sunglasses so it doesn't hurt.
I'm just a moron, because for a second I'm like, where is this ball of fire?
Ball of fire?
Harness this fireball.
Jimmy makes a great point. It's about time we start paying attention to this massive thing in the sky and figure out how we could use it to our advantage.
It's so strong, it keeps all the planets circling around it like little bitches. And we can't figure out a way to make a car go 50 on it? It's ridiculous.
It's so strong that it's able to keep your closet warm. The temperature in a closet.
Yeah.
All
you know
we
what I
can
mean? It's
figure out, though, is to store that energy in some type of battery or capacitor. It's just very odd they haven't figured out how to take that energy and store it.
Yeah, I don't want to drive around with a window.
And then use it in a way that's convenient, like fossil fuel.
But I like Jimmy's angle. Just break it down to the basics. It's like, when are we going to, try to do something with this thing called
that giant reactor in the sky?
We'd rather dig for dinosaurs.
Yeah.
We're so stupid.
I know. Meanwhile, our quality of life, we have to depend on people that hate us at a base level. Instead of just getting big panels and the sun goes through the panel and all of a sudden you're zooming along for nothing.
Well, yeah, but then what happens on those days where the sun's not out?
There's obviously a way to harness the energy.
That's what I mean. It's got to be stored in batteries, and then you're dealing with batteries again. People don't like batteries.
You're a party pooper, man.
I like fossil fuel.
We want to do something with the sun.
Drill.
Hey, how about they have the space station, which goes around the Earth? And what do you think it does? Shut off when it gets to the side where the sun is not facing?
No, they lights out.
They're on their phone calls keep getting cut off.
They store it in their batteries. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Obama.
Yeah. But they know that when they come around on the other side, the sun better be there, and it better light up the panels again, or else their batteries go dead. What if it's overcast like every day for a week?
Because obviously,
then everybody's going to be walking around going, my car.
Well, that means
parts of the sun are still getting through.
Yeah, and that means you use the wind at that point.
There are a lot
your car's going to look like crap. It's going to have a big window on it and a propeller.
Big stupid solar panels on it.
Square box.
Someone will key your solar panel. Won't work.
It's going to look like an iPod.
Yeah.
Stupid car.
Who cares what the cars look like, though? We're such idiots.
Nah, not
let me tell you.
In America,
it's America.
Americans care what their cars look like. And
they got to look cool.
That's why these hybrids aren't doing as well as they should be.
They got to sound cool. You want you want an internal combustion engine.
That's the biggest mistake they made. They didn't make the hybrid car look cool.
Yep.
Yeah. It looks like
they got a cool one in those Japanese.
They're getting there, but
they got one that turns the whole body. Just you don't have to back out. The whole inside turns, and then you just pull out that way.
So lame.
That's
lame. Great.
I love that. You don't have to back out.
I could trot into stereotype territory here, but I don't think I need that. I can park pretty well.
I love zooming around in the car. You face one way. How great is that?
I whipped that friggin' Escalade into a space where people constantly tell me that's not enough room.
Oh, yeah?
Go watch me, bastard. Yeah, watch me.
But you play bumper cars.
No, I don't. I got my little camera in the back. It goes beep, 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 beep. And I just about get an inch away from the bumper, and I'm back in.
New Yorkers love to play bumper cars. It is unbelievable what they'll do to get into a spot. Listen, but I got to jump back in because we're running out of time. Obama responds to the ad McCain yesterday.
Moments ago, NBC's Mike Memley caught up with Barack Obama and asked him about McCain's recent ad comparing Obama to a celebrity like Britney Spears. Here's Obama's reaction.
You know, I don't pay attention to John McCain's ads. Although I do notice that he doesn't seem to have anything very positive to say about himself, does he? He doesn't. He seems to only be talking about me. You need to ask John McCain what he's for, not just what he's against.
Smart answer.
Yeah.
No, not really. You kind of do. If you're the least bit educated on the election, you kind of know where McCain stands on a lot of issues. I mean, where does Obama stand? He's a guy that's kind of more a cult of personality. We asked people, Sam went out on the street and asked people why they're voting for Obama, and they couldn't tell you. They couldn't tell you one thing this guy is for. Oh, change. What does that mean? You know, give me an answer. What is it, your stance on taxes? You're going to raise the goddamn things. I know, because he's a Democrat. What's your stance on the Second Amendment, you son of a bitch? He's going to try to take away everybody's right to shoot people.
Anthony rocks. We got the Obama commercial. Let's see what he's about.
Mm-hmm.
He's practicing the politics of the past. John McCain. His attacks on Barack Obama, not true. False. Baloney. The low road. Baseless. John McCain. Same old politics. Same failed policies. Barack Obama supports a $1,000 middle-class tax cut. An energy plan that takes on oil companies, develops alternative fuels, and breaks the grip of foreign oil. That's change we can believe in.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
All right. That sounds good. Alternative energy.
Yeah.
Like the depressing, scary music in the back. And then it
goes,
he had a cape on, standing on a rock.
John McCain wants to kill the firstborn of every Jew. What? Yeah. Does he want to do that?
I can't vote for him.
That's crazy. And they're playing scary music, so it's got to be true.
Barack Obama is going to fly around the planet until it rewinds.
Yes.
So we can fix our problems.
Back in time, because he's Superman.
John McCain eats puppies.
We love the political ads. We can't get enough of them.
John McCain, doesn't he have like that little when he says S words when he speaks?
He's a mess.
He has that little.
Yeah, it might have come from the butt of a Vietnamese rifle hitting him in the mouth a few times.
They finally told him to lose the sweater vests because I could have he was still clinging to that. They showed like Barack Obama speaking in front of 200,000 people, and you cut to like, McCain's in a sweater vest in like a Holiday Inn
at a diner.
Six people behind him.
Some rubes eating with him. There's freaking Barack Obama in front of a U2 crowd.
Playing the long neck bass with his tie wrapped around his head like Hendrix.
He's doing Hendrix. He's burning a guitar. People are going crazy.
Yeah. But Obama said something a little weird.
Did he?
And we're going to end with this today. Listen. Yeah, how to save a little energy.
That you can do individually, though, to save energy. Making sure your tires are properly inflated. Simple thing. But we could save all the oil that they're talking about getting off drilling if everybody was just inflating their tires and getting regular tune-ups. You could actually save just as much.
You could save a
little
bit. A couple shot glasses.
Yeah, well, that was
fuel.
Boy, if McCain doesn't isolate that,
no kidding.
That's the whole thing. Just inflate your tires.
Inflate your tires and
Everyone,
get tune-ups.
That'd be awesome if that was really all we had to do.
Walk around with your tire pressure gauges, everybody.
Obama's answer to the energy crisis. Inflate your tires?
Yeah, inflate your tires.
The money you're spending on...
Oh, that'd be great, right?
The money you're spending on regular tune-ups, you're still spending money.
Let me tell you something about...
We just want to spend less money is what it comes up.
Tell you something about the tune-up.
First of all,
they don't exist. There's no tune-ups anymore. No new cars get tune-ups.
And what do they do in a tune-up? They drain your oil and put in more.
Yeah, that's the only thing that the maintenance that's done on your cars. It's an oil change that is done.
You're wasting
every
oil.
few miles. But as far as tune-ups go, what spark plugs? 25,000 miles. Yeah, you're fine.
I love that you guys
tune-up.
You guys are actually
work on your points.
Yeah, I gotta gap my points. I'm under the hood, getting my hands all greasy. Barack thinks everyone's driving a 75 Chevelle. What the hell is going on?
Service your solenoid.
Yeah, what is that? My starter won't start. I gotta get underneath with the hammer. It's one of those situations where he doesn't know. Now, if there's a problem with your car, you go, they pop out a module and pop a new one in. Everything's fine. It's all injectors and no tune-ups. What are you tuning up?
Yeah, everybody has an injector, and not everybody drives, this really isn't affecting you.
Everybody, let me tell you something. Even the old cars don't have the crap that you need to get under there and
a slant six.
Yeah, I got a slant six. I got to go to Auto Barn and pick up some plugs. I used to do that.
I fixed my car with a stick once.
You don't do it. Yeah. I've done things like
the
that.
belt came off. I just grabbed a twig and jammed it back on.
My engine mounts broke. My tranny mounts broke, and the engine tipped backwards until the distributor cap hit the firewall and bent, so it wouldn't. The timing was all off. So instead of fixing the mount, I took tin snips and snipped the firewall away behind the distributor so it would sit in the firewall. And drove until the engine fell out. It's called Obama. I'll dump that.
Oh, yes, Ted?
Yeah.
I see Ted wants to say something.
No, I don't. I'm just sad.
Why are you sad, Ted?
I have eco-anxiety.
You still have the eco?
I do. Yeah. I need to go home and rub my nude body with juniper berries.
Juniper berries.
I've thrown out my toilet paper.
Why?
I've replaced it with a bucket of elm bark. Sometimes there are bees on it. Should have quit while I was ahead. Hard to follow juniper berries. Boo.
Boo. All right, listen, Greg Giraldo, thank you. Robert Kelly, thank you. We'll see you Saturday at the big comedy show at the PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale, New Jersey. Yes, Jimmy?
Off to Sirius XM.
Oh, that's right. And Jimmy's going to be on the Gong Show tonight at 10 o'clock on Comedy Central as one of the judges. Sorry.
One of the celebrity judges, Opie.
That's right. We're off to, what is it called now?
Sirius XM.
Radio. Sirius XM Radio.
Yep. They need to fix the logo and instead of using the 2 old ones, get a new.
They need to fix the name too.
Right away, you need a fresh logo.
Right away, you're getting fresh.
All right, that was
all right, out, man.
That was awesome, man.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Before you get pissed off at us, man, we have nothing to do with this.
What? What is this?
Garbage! You know what? I can't take this anymore. It's an awful, awful radio show.
We're really, really mean-spirited, evil people who can't see the good in anything.
Off the air, let's say racist things to each other.
All right. Hold on.
And really turn them off.
Excellence in broadcasting.
Our anus.
What? Again? Oh.
Our anus.
What?
Stop. Enough about the anus.
This is hurtful.
This is hurtful. No one wants to hear this on their radio show.
Come collapse on our floor.
It's just potty mouth day.
You may feel shame, but all the same, you are never to blame.
Opie. Anthony.
Shush.
Jim Norton.
You guys ready to laugh?
It's got to be the greatest thing ever.
I'd sooner have a water drinking contest.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning, people.
Oh, yeah, it's still morning.
Also, good morning to all the people listening to us at Sirius.
Well,
they're listening.
Isn't that the same company?
Yeah, but it's two kind of
Sirius
separate companies,
XM?
sort of, still. Because, like, you have two separate units. Until we start sharing program, then I would acknowledge that we're kind of one big happy family.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get word yesterday that the bigwigs are taking a little look-see.
Should have played best of.
Yeah, no kidding. So they're listening over there.
Well, hi. How you doing?
Our old boss called yesterday.
Call
Jeremy.
in.
Remember Jeremy?
Yeah.
Jimmy, he called to say hi yesterday.
He thinks I don't like him.
Well,
what?
You did say some awful things about him.
No, I didn't say awful. No, I was just mad because I thought he didn't help me out. But as far as like he really thinks I actively don't like him, like that's not true.
Look, let's face it. We said awful things about everybody.
Sure.
We really did. We were in the heat of competition in a very competitive business with our futures hanging in the balance. So everyone said very nasty things about each other's company and the employees they're in. So what are you going to do? Now we're merged. We're one company. And what do you want from me?
And we'll see what happens.
And now you're drinking champagne cocktails out of the Sierra Mountains.
I worked at NEW with his father. But
You know how many times I said to Mel Karmazin off mic yesterday? Yeah, you know it's entertainment. We're just trying to entertain.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Because he called us out on a few things. I'm like, Mel, you should know better than anyone. This is entertainment. We're just trying to entertain.
And you know something, though? He does know.
He gets it.
The guy knows what this type of radio is all about.
He gets it to a point.
he was...
He just, he's a money guy.
He was a great guest, man. Honestly, it was fun. Let's be honest. We were all trying not to say the stupid wrong thing, but he was very engaging, and it was almost like that's the most time I've ever spent with a boss.
It has been.
I've never spent that much time with a guy who could fire me immediately. Not even Elo. I mean, we spent like brief periods of time, but never for 45 minutes on the air.
45 minutes like that on the air. Yeah, I mean, initially, what's his name? Who was the guy that was in charge of XM when we first got here?
Hugh Panero.
Hugh Panero. I mean, what? We didn't get 2 seconds with him, and the second you open your mouth to say something, he'd start talking. He never wanted to listen to anything that was being said. That's one thing I noticed about him.
Our first meeting was awful with him.
Yeah.
His opening line was, I'm not a fan of you guys, but I understand why it will work for XM Satellite Radio. I'm like, wow.
Thanks.
Wow, thanks for that.
And then Nate? I didn't hear, we had one meeting with Nate.
Nate Davis, who's now leaving the company as well.
Yeah, we had one meeting with Nate.
Yeah.
And that, I think that was a little strained, to tell you the truth, because I don't think we agreed on certain policies of certain content that was allowed on our show and should be steered away from on our show.
Well, the one meeting we had with him was right around the Imus controversy, and he openly said that he would have fired Imus as well, and I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut right now and just not
wait for Mel to take over. That's pretty much it.
At that point, it wasn't a bad thing that we knew a merger was going through and Mel would be the boss, because Mel absolutely wouldn't have fired Imus.
I don't think he would have.
No fucking way he would have. He just wouldn't have. Unless the advertisers really started completely bailing, then from a business standpoint, he would have said, wow, this isn't good business for me. That's why I got to get rid of him. Not because of what Imus said.
See, Mel doesn't give off CEO energy. Like, he gives off like he's a regular dude. He's a guy, but he's a CEO. He doesn't give off that like you can't connect with energy. Like most of those guys, you feel like you never lived.
Be a GM sitting in one of his meetings when he's asking about how much the station billed.
Oh yeah,
those poor bastards.
Yeah, we got to see fun Mel, not I'm boss Mel or business Mel. We got to see that's as fun as he gets.
That's it.
Look, I'm sure he wields a hammer when he has to.
Oh yeah,
you don't run Viacom. And he was refusing to have. I mentioned the Charlie Rose interview.
Yes, I remember that question.
It was a fun moment. But in that interview, Charlie Rose kind of pinned him because he was like, "No," he's like, "You never went out to like dinner with Sumner Redstone." He likes the things like it's family, and let's go out. And Mel was like, "Well, I was busy, I couldn't have time." And Charlie Rose, you didn't want to go out to dinner with him. It's like, no, I didn't. Like, he just refused to eat with Sumner Redstone when he was the boss.
Yep.
And I love that, which means I have no shot at a dinner. I actually, this is how pathetic I am. I had a closing yesterday on my storage unit, and I said to Ope, dude, he's coming in at 9:30. Will we be done by 12? There was a part of me that thought, Mel may go, let's grab some lunch.
Holy mackerel, are you delusional?
Yes, I honest to God thought he might have said, look, we're having an intercompany lunch. We'd love you to be a...
Yeah, come and show up for lunch.
Sounds like something I'd think.
We've known him off and on for 10 years, and he once offered us a bottle of water.
Bottle of water in the office.
Yeah, that's as social as he's...
His grand office.
Gonna get with you.
My goal with this new company is to dine with him once.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Even if I just find out where he's eating and show up in the restaurant, give a quick nod, like a creepy stalker.
I'm hearing rumors that today is Eric Logan's official last day.
Is it?
Which makes me very, very sad.
Aw, bye-bye.
Very, very sad.
Poor Elo. Poor Elo. He's going into a great gig.
And he'd better do the right thing and just call the show and say your mom's box. And that's it.
Yeah?
He better do the right thing today for the Pest and us.
Oh.
Yeah. It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
All this excitement with satellite radio, and he's moving on. That blows.
Nobody's going to fucking Oprah's company. I mean,
Nah, it's great. It's great for him. But I think part of him wishes he was staying to see what's going to happen next with this whole thing. Hey, we got George Carlin's brother on the phone.
Oh, good.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah, what's happening?
We've never met you before, but your brother used to talk highly of you.
I know that, and me of him.
Yeah, and George used to do our show from time to time, and he was one of our favorite guests. We all just loved the guy, and obviously sorry for his passing there.
Absolutely, I know that, and we got past it, and he was funny right till the end, man. He left instructions, and you can Google him up on georgecarlin.com, but I got a copy of them right here.
Okay.
And it was his final instructions. Upon his death, he wished to be cremated, and he went through all of this, and how he wanted the disposition of his ashes, and he's got in parenthesis, dispersal. And then the last paragraph he had was, the exact nature of the gathering shall be determined by my surviving family. It should be extremely informal. They should play rhythm and blues music, and they should laugh a lot. And vague references to spirituality, parenthesis, secular, will be permitted. I mean, man, right till the end, he made it easy for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the last thing he shot, you're promoting, there's a CD of his last special, I think. It's Bad For You.
That's right.
And it was shot, I think it was March 2008, and it was really good. I mean, it wasn't like, well, let's just watch Carlin. It was like, God damn it, he was really funny.
He was still rocking. Yeah, he came in. He came in to promote that taping.
I got to tell you, the cut on that I like the best, and I saw him on St. Patrick's Eve up here in Kingston, and it was just dynamite, man, because the people love him, and he gets in and does that last one, I'm a Modern Man, and your guys are music guys. It's got rhythm, and it starts cooking, and that's my favorite cut of that last CD.
Hey, Patrick, I got to ask you, no one knew he was sick. I mean, he did our show right around not that long ago. He came in, he looked healthy as an ox or whatever.
Yes.
And no one had a clue that he was
no one
on his way out. What, his heart was starting to fail him?
I think his daughter Kelly knew how serious it was. Now he could keep me out in the ether, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he had his first heart attack in 1978. And he got a stent, and then something happened again, 1981 or something. He got another stent. And he would always say to me, like, yeah, I'm going in for a tune-up, man. I'm on my way to the cardio guy. And he'd be talking in the car on his way in to get these things done, and he made light of it with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm an easy sale. I'm looking for the pony when you give me the little bag of droppings there. And he kept me out in the woods on this thing. The last time we spoke of it, now, over the years, that's 30 years the guy fought this heart thing. And over the years, he picked up a defibrillator and a pacemaker and another stent. And, every time, and he never showed any pain or discomfort. I mean, he was so courageous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him many times, and he rocked the stage. You didn't have a clue that the guy had heart problems
Not a bit.
as he worked the crowd in that stage like he did.
Absolutely, and he would take all these medications and keep the blood thin and eat, chicken breasts and stuff. I mean, I remember when his breakfast was a can of beer and a joint. Back at old 519, 121st, I got in there one morning. I said, "Nice breakfast, man." He says, "Yeah." And I mean, he was cool, and he kept it all controlled, and he kept me BS'd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Are you older or younger brother?
I'm 5 years older.
He his special he just did. He seemed healthier, and it's Bad For You. What was the special he did before, which was he was standing like in a cemetery?
Oh, that is my favorite. That is my favorite picture. And me and my wife were just looking at it, and that's from the one Life is Worth Losing. Okay. And he's sitting, I'm looking at one of the promo things for an HBO on that one. I tore it out of some magazine. I got it up on the wall here. And he's got a look on his face, you guys, like the left eyebrow is cocked and a small smile. It's just dynamite.
That's him in the cemetery, the next to the last special, right?
That would be probably the next to last. Life is Worth Losing.
Hey, Patrick, I got kind of an observation here. Now, very tragic. You lost your brother, but you seem extremely positive about it.
I'm going to tell you why, man. because the first couple of weeks were grim, okay?
Okay.
When my boy I had just been on the email thing with him. He finally dragged me into the computer world, and my son Dennis bought me a little laptop, and we've been emailing for maybe about a year or so. Besides regular talking and all, he would phone from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And when Dennis gave me the word, I mean, man, I just, you go to pieces. You fall on the ground. You're wrecked. It's rotten. I was just going through a little thing here, of my own. But I am so upbeat because of the way he presented it. You know what I'm saying? He made the Ashes thing fun. We took the Ashes up to 120th and Riverside Drive and put some where he smoked his first joint when he was 13.
That's
All
awesome.
right. We took some down to Birdland where he got Charlie Parker's autograph when he was a young dude wearing electric blue peg pants with gray pistol pockets, And we took some up to a camp where he won 5 drama awards 5 years in a row. And then we came back here where I'm living in Saugerties, New York, up in the woods, all right?
Sure.
He told me when it was retiring time, he says, go back east and find something you like and we'll buy it, man.
Wow.
So here I am in the woods, and we went to the creek, and Kelly put the Ashes down in the creek, which was dry, okay? It started raining 30 minutes after they headed to New York to go back and go to JFK for the coast. And it kept raining until the thing got churning, and now that water has taken his ashes down the Esopus Creek to the Hudson River, down the Hudson, out the harbor, into the Japanese current, up through the North Atlantic, south of Iceland, down the coast, and his ashes are going to Ireland. They're going to wash up there, just like the coconuts do from Trinidad and Tobago and stuff, and he's going to be on Ireland where he just became a citizen.
So George actually, the first ones you dropped it in, like with these little weird places that meant something to him.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool, especially the autograph one. That's one you wouldn't think. Like you would think only.
My son thought of that. My son Dennis thought of that.
This was Dennis's and your idea.
This was and Kelly's. It was a family idea. George said on the dispersal thing, he said, I wish to be cremated. The disposition of my ashes at sea, on land, or in the air
Oh, okay.
shall be determined by my surviving family in accordance with their knowledge of my prejudices and philosophies regarding geography and spirituality. Under no circumstances are my ashes to be retained by anyone or buried in a particular location. The eventual dispersal can be delayed for any reasonable length of time required to reach a decision, but not to exceed 1 month following my death.
Hey, was there anything? What was it? I mean, he was so, especially as comedians. I mean, Carlin was so he was so above us all. He was a god to comedians. I mean, none of us felt like we were in the same business as him. What is something about him, or what was something private about him, or just that most people wouldn't know? I mean, because he was like an entity. You couldn't even look at Carlin as a guy almost when you're as a comic.
I wish you'd met him, because have you?
Yeah, I met him a couple times.
Because he's not that way. He ain't special. He's right on the corner of 123rd and Amsterdam, man. Yeah. He's as real as mud.
Patrick, just so you know, you got Jim Norton in the studio, who actually did a skit with George Carlin on
wonderful.
On Tough Crowd, and you got 2 other comedians in studio today, Robert Kelly and Greg Giraldo. So.
And Greg and I actually did it with George. It was Tough Crowd. Colin was the host, and the 4 comedians that day were Greg, myself, George, and a guy named Nick DiPaolo.
Uh-huh.
And during the Act 3 sketch, it was Carlin was playing a priest. Him and Colin were priests. And I get to walk in and break the fourth wall with an album, dressed as an altar boy, and ask George to sign it. And then he said something to me, and he called us cocksucking motherfuckers, and he walked off his camera, and they bleeped it. It was great. I have a photo with him. I'm dressed like an altar boy. He's dressed like a priest. It's my fucking greatest celebrity photo.
That's beautiful, man. He enjoyed doing that Cardinal Glick too, in Dogma.
Of course. Kevin Smith wrote a nice thing about him. I want to say it was in Newsweek.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a nice little eulogy to George in Newsweek, I think.
I got a little bronze statue about 3 feet high in my dining room of Cardinal Glick that Kevin had made for George as a gift.
That's great.
And we trucked it up here from after he was doing Jersey Girl, But, he was always the same guy. The only thing that people might not know, but you'd certainly have to suspect it, was that he worked on his material and honed it down.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, he was never the kind of guy to sit and stare at a newspaper or stare at the blank sheet and wait for a thought. I'd go down to see him in Atlantic City, and we'd maybe hang out for the weekend because that was a good place to goof. And he'd have little yellow things all over his desk, right near his computer. He was computing for years, you know. He used to call me a Luddite. And he'd have these things there with the Swedish pretzels and Irish pearls and stuff, and it all meant something to him, and it would pop up later as a big paragraph.
Hey, Patrick, you sound a lot like your brother, just maybe a little more New Yorkish than George did. It's creepy at times.
George and I, the voice thing, we had to be careful. I mean, one time, you know, I was dating, and I'm married to her now, but my wife, Marlene, called, and she said, wait, this is George, you know. That was back in the 50s, and I'd get his girlfriends and tell them, no, wait, and my mom could never tell.
Really?
No, she could never tell on the phone, man.
You guys should have, you should have done some of the George Carlin interviews, radio interviews. Let him rest.
No, he had his thing to do, and I knew it early on, man, but... He always included me, you know, in everything.
Hey, Patrick, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm up here in the woods, and I got a thing. I got a book I wrote.
A manifesto?
Oh God, no! It's too lighthearted for that. You know, it's a little book about how it was to be in 1952 in Michigan. And George, if you look at the Google thing, I really hate to talk about my book when I want to talk about George, but he did love the damn thing, you know. And it's called Highway 23, and it's around, you know, but it's a self-published thing. But I really would prefer to talk about George.
Yeah, right on. Okay. Hey, what do you miss about George the most?
Just him. I'm going to tell you, he would phone at any hour of the day. You know what I'm saying? And it would be, you'd hear this. You'd hear, "Hey there." And my whole mood, I don't care if the bridge had broken. My whole mood just elevated, man. And I said, "Hey, what's up?" "Well, I'm on San Vicente right now," and that was it, man. He just was in my soul. And the other day, you guys saw him. He always had that jacket, NFL on CBS, right?
Yeah.
And that would be his trademark. I'd go to see him in Red Bank, New Jersey, or up here in Turning Stone or some Indian reservation or something. God bless him. I hope they win the country back. But I would go see him, and he'd always have that jacket on, right? Mm-hmm. And I was driving to Kingston the other morning, and I didn't have the radio on or nothing. I was just thinking. And I, pictured him sitting next to me in that jacket. And you guys are way too young to remember movies called Topper. But it was about a guy who got killed in a car wreck, a young couple, and they would come back and talk to this one guy, Topper. And it was like he was, you know, it's really great, man, because he's here with me.
Yeah, well.
I hope I didn't scare you.
No, not at all, man.
Put him on the phone.
It's just very interesting to listen to.
Yeah, if he's there with you, put him on the phone.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
To talk to him.
Hey, man, say a couple of words to these guys, George.
Hey, you know one of the
All right, blow it out your ass, you dickheads.
You know, one of the great things about your brother too was it was just comedically how he never went the predictable angle. Like he just really wouldn't even the beheadings, and that was in Life is Worth Losing.
Yeah,
where he was saying how tragic they are. They're having their heads cut off, and he went, "Fuck them, stay out of another man's country, Jack." Yeah. And I was like, God damn it, I wish I had said those words. What a fucking great comic thing to say.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
But he never took the predictable way. That's the truth.
Never.
That is the truth, man.
And he had this gift of being able to, I mean, he was never preachy. Like, even when he was getting to a point, he would, always make you laugh. But there were times where you didn't even mind just hearing his take on things because he was so brilliant that his take on things would actually affect the way you looked at them in real life. He really had a gift.
Oh, yeah, and I got he was born a Catholic and raised a Catholic and kicked off the choir boys, kicked off the whole trip, man. But our friends who went to sprinkle some of his ashes around and stuff, they're people that still go to Catholic church and go to Mass and everything, and they still love that one where he talks about there's a big man up in the sky. Yeah. And they love that.
Yeah, his take on religion and God was just
it was outstanding.
Amazing. Speaking of that, was George scared of dying?
God, no. Not a bit. I hope I'm that courageous, man. I really do. He did not give a damn right from the beginning till the end.
Because a lot of people, when they don't believe in God, it makes it a little more scary. Because the people that believe in God, they're like, well, at least there might be something after this. So hold on to that hope.
No, our family took the bummer out of that. If there are obscure things here and there where he's doing an interview and he'll refer to the big electron.
Right.
And that's a thing that we talked about, the big electron being this electron that blew up and started the Big Bang, okay?
Uh-huh.
And the big electron is the whole universe. And a man asked me yesterday, where do I think George is right now? I think he's up in the cosmos, okay? And his molecules and stuff are around, and ashes are blowing just like Julius Caesar's and all the old dead people. And that's all just part of the universe, man. And the universe is like billions of years you're talking about. He could condense and he could cause an asteroid that could come back and wreck the whole damn thing.
I'm sure he'd love that, too.
He would.
No kidding.
Would.
Do you know one of the... oh, fuck, I just lost my thought.
No, you didn't.
God damn the thought of me.
It'll come back. It's up in the cosmos, man.
I know. It's in the toilet. I had a good one, too, and it just fucking completely left my brain.
I'm still creeped out by the fact that George Carlin's ashes are in the Hudson River somewhere, and I don't want any George Carlin in my eyes or anything.
Let me tell you
all of a sudden the wind kicks up and I got some George in my eyes.
Got a little Carlin on you.
We were throwing his ashes over the wall at Riverside Drive.
Yeah.
Some of it blew back onto some of the ladies, and they were so happy, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was just, it's a thing like in the Hudson. He used to swim in the Hudson, same as I did and all. And, the Hudson is full of condoms and turds, right?
Well, he had a great joke about that, and you were all diseased. He's like, that's why, he's like, we would jump in the river, to cool off. He said we were tempered and raw shit.
Yeah.
And that's why they had such strong immune systems.
Let me tell you about that, man. Nobody in our corner or our neighborhood or anything ever got polio. Ever, never, man, because we believed that swimming in the river gave you natural immunities. I got a buddy in California, Eddie Hornby, and we still laugh about that swimming in the river thing, and George and I loved it. When you would go to swim in the river, say there were 6 of you, okay, and you go down to 123rd, and you're on the other side of the West Side Highway, and it's not as manicured as it was, then it was very nice. Now it's proper looking with a path for bike riders and stuff. But you'd get down there and you'd go swimming and you would choose fingers to see who would go first. And the first guy would throw like a big rock through this thing that was about 12 feet out. We called it the shit line. You had like turds, you had condoms, you had pieces of wood, orange peels, diesel fuel, and all of this floating along. The second kid would then do a cannonball, and the third one a cannonball. If you were like the 4th, 5th, or 6th kid, you could get a clean shot through to swim out past the shit time. And then you're okay, because the people would go by on the day line, and you could moon them, right? But now you come back, it's time to swim in, and you got to get past the shit line, and you're on your own coming in. So you put your hands up in front of your face, and then you swept them outward, and and that was called the Hudson Crawl.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, sweeping them aside, man. Sweeping up, getting them buoyant turds moving, getting them condoms dry, and you're back on shore. Then you went home and took a shower.
You know how much money Jimmy could have saved with that?
Hey, I had a buddy who used to get boils, okay? And he would bust a boil open and soak it in the Hudson River down there, and it would dry it up.
Oh, you guys must have got the best pot in New York City. You guys are insane. Look at this guy.
There's a great thing, too, at the end of the same special. I love the balls he had, too, where he's talking about how there's no God.
Yeah.
But he ends it, like, seriously. He, like, says there's no God, never was. And this was, like, a live HBO special.
Yeah.
What a great way to end a special. Like all kidding aside, go fuck yourselves.
Absolutely. Tell him the truth, man. Just tell him how he sees it,
Yeah.
Because the way we see the big electron, and me and George used to goof about this and laugh on it a lot, he don't care which team wins. The big electron doesn't care about your mama. He doesn't care about which political guy. He does not care. All the earth is to him is a show with a bunch of 6 billion lunatics running around going ape shit. He does not care.
He at times, like, when you'd watch his take on things, and you'd hear he had a great gift of singularity where he could narrow something down to its core immediately and just like really, really deconstruct something. And you'd watch him do that, and sometimes it's like watching the only guy who's awake while everybody else is sleeping. That's what the impression you got, because he was so to the point. You're like, first of all, as a comic, he always made you feel like shit. Because you're like, how did none of us think of this?
Yeah.
Like, how did every fucking time he would find what the rest of us missed?
Yeah.
And even stupid things like voting, how they say, hey, you didn't vote, you can't complain. And he said, that's exactly why I can't complain, because I didn't contribute to it. You
Either
did.
way, yes. Oh, yes, you're on the money, man. You
Yeah, I love
really
that
are
line.
into his head.
What a great angle to take that I never heard anybody else take.
And I think he took it automatically.
Yeah.
It's just his way of discernment. When he was a tiny kid, he was, he would look things through. Yeah. It's a beautiful gift, and he used it, and he worked it, man. And I'm so glad he got that Mark Twain Award before he died.
Yeah.
Not a posthumous thing. It was awarded to him as a living dude.
Patrick, it's been a pleasure.
Listen, you guys are great.
His death came out of nowhere. When it hit my BlackBerry, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was sick, any of that. And we had a good relationship. He was starting to do our show a little bit more, and we were looking forward to more appearances by George on our show. And
God,
just an obvious loss to the comedic world there.
I thank you so much for that.
And let's promote this. You can go to georgecarlin.com. Or the CD, it really was a great special. It was the last special he shot in March of this year. It's Bad For You. And once again, he just takes a common thought and he goes with it where no other comic has gone. He was just so great, man. I mean, what else can you say about George Carlin? He was a
it makes
fucking
me
genius.
feel good to know how all you guys appreciate it.
Oh, my
we loved
God. We all looked up to him in different ways, obviously.
Yeah.
But we all looked up to George. I said it. He was the greatest. He's the greatest comedian I ever saw.
He
Simple
was
as that.
the greatest brother anybody could ever be.
How many brothers did you have, though?
I only had him, man,
All
and
right.
that was
Well.
plenty. That was all I needed.
Hey, Patrick, we want to play something from It's Bad For You. What do you
Please
suggest?
play A Modern Man.
A Modern Man? Do we have that in the big system? Hopefully.
All right. We'll
Hopefully
try to
have
find
that. I'm waiting for the thumbs up there, Patrick.
Okay, because you'll hear music during it. It's got such a thing to it.
Okay. And we'd like to have you on the show again. You seem like an interesting fella yourself there, Patrick.
That interesting is a beautiful word, like Chinese use it. Yes, I'd love to talk with you guys again. It's been really wonderful.
Patrick, do you smoke the herb or what?
Listen, bro, George got me into the herb, and I'm going to smoke till I croak.
How old are you?
I'm 76, and I don't give a good goddamn about nothing.
Well, thanks a lot for calling in, man.
We don't have that?
It's Bad For You is the new CD.
Patrick, we're just getting the new CD in the system. We don't have that one yet. Is there another one?
Any of the others are good. That's just like my big fave.
All right, I'm sorry. We wanted to play your favorite track, but we don't have it.
I loved them all because I saw that performance, man, and he knocked them dead in Kingston.
All right. Patrick Carlin, everyone. GeorgeCarlin.com. It's Bad For You. CDs in stores and on Amazon.com right now.
And I'm so glad you guys had fun with them.
We love them. We had fun with you, too, Patrick.
That's good.
Go light up, all right? We got to go. Look at this guy.
Take care, man.
You're like a mind reader.
Patrick Carlin, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. This guy rolled. He rolled.
Jesus.
He never had to work a day in his life having a brother like George Carlin.
Apparently
sounds
not.
like.
Boy, George lives on in cyberspace, too, huh?
Yeah.
And on the web. Everyone lives on the web.
He sounds a lot like George Carlin.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Same attitude, too.
creepy.
All right, we're going to play a track from It's Bad For You. I don't know what E-Rock's got queued up, but hopefully...
Wait, what are some of the track titles?
Yeah, what do we got?
This one's called Address Book. It's about people dying.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do we want to do that one?
Why not? Yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. The more morbid, the better.
All right, let's do this one, and we'll continue.
So you know what I've been doing? Going through my address book and crossing out the dead people. You do that? That's a lot of fun, isn't it? Gives you a good feeling. Kind of gives you a feeling of power. A superiority to have outlasted another old friend. But you can't do it too soon, you know? You can't do it too soon. You can't come running home from the funeral and get the book out, you know, and be looking through the book. You can't do that. A little time has to pass. You have to let a little time go by. I have a rule of thumb, 6 weeks. If you're a friend of mine and you're in my book and you die, I leave you alone for an extra 6 weeks. 6 extra weeks in the book on the house, it's on me. But after that, hey, facts are facts. Fuck you, you're dead. Out you fucking go. You gotta have standards, you know? Now, these days, a lot of people don't keep analog address books anymore. They don't want to be writing that stuff out longhand. They're in the computer age, and they have an application in the computer called Outlook or Contacts or Address Book, something like that. So they keep all the information in the computer, and they sync it up with their phone every day or every other day. So now, instead of scratching out a name, you get to delete the fuck. And deleting someone is an even more powerful feeling than simply scratching out a name. You know how to delete someone. You select the name, highlight the person, and then straight into the trash. Now, if it's a really close friend of yours, you might not want to empty the trash for about 6 weeks. Or, if it's a little too harsh for you, a little too harsh to delete an old friend, you can always create a new folder. A special folder for dead people. You keep it on your desktop. It's kind of a digital purgatory. And the nice thing is, every now and then you can open it up and you can look inside. And you can see the people in purgatory. And you can move them all around, you know, move them around. Put them in little groups. 2 people who didn't get along in life, put them in a corner. Let them work it out. Let them work it out in purgatory. Or start a fight. Have a big fight in purgatory. That's a lot of... Nobody's going to get hurt. They're all fucking dead anyway. Then you put them in a big formation and have a parade. The Purgatory Parade of Dead People. Ah, there's a lot of fun you can have with a computer. So enjoy your digital selves. Now, speaking of dead people, there are things we say when someone dies. Most of us say, a lot of us do, things we say that no one ever questions. They just kind of go unexamined. Give you a couple examples. After someone dies, the following conversation is bound to take place, probably more than once. 2 guys meet on the street. Hey, did you hear? Phil Davis died. Phil Davis? I just saw him yesterday. Yeah. Didn't help. He died anyway. Apparently, the simple act of your seeing him did not slow his cancer down. In fact, it may have made it more aggressive. You know, you could be responsible for Phil's death. How do you live with yourself? Here's another thing we say. This is something that is usually said to the surviving spouse. Usually a woman, because of the way it works. Listen, if there's anything I can do, anything at all, please don't hesitate to ask. What are you going to do, a resurrection? This ain't the fucking New Testament, you know. You know what you tell a guy like that who wants to help? Oh, fine, why don't you come over next weekend, you can paint the garage. Bring your plunger. The upstairs toilet overflowed and there's shit all over the floor up there. You drive a tractor? Good, that'll come in handy. The North 40 needs a lot of attention. Bring your chainsaw and your pickaxe. We're going to put your ass to work. He wants to help? Fuck him. Call his bluff. Call his bluff. The nerve of these pricks. Here's another thing we say to the surviving spouse. I'm keeping him in my thoughts. Where? Where exactly in your thoughts does he fit? In between my ass hurts in this chair and let's fuck the waitress? What are your priorities? We use a lot of euphemisms when we talk about death, you know? People say things like, you know, I lost my father. Ah, he'll turn up. You gotta stay optimistic with people like that. Give them reason to hope. Have you checked the dumpster out back? He used to like to take a nap in there. Keep it upbeat.
We got someone not happy. Lisa, Long Island, what's up?
Maybe we could talk this out.
Humor is in the worst taste I have ever heard. I can't believe the choice of humor. You think that's funny?
Yes.
You think that's intelligent?
Make a pie, bud.
Make a pie.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hey guys, this Saturday, August 2nd, Black Sabbath will be signing their brand new box set called Black Sabbath, The Rules of Hell. It's the lineup of Ronnie James Dio, Vinny, and Tony Iommi, and of course Geezer Butler. And it's a vintage vinyl, 51 Lafayette Street in Ford, New Jersey, vvinyl.com. From 3 to 4 p.m. only, 500 limited. So if you want to go down and buy the box set, they'll give you a wristband and you can go back and get it signed. But I'm going to stop down on my way to the Traveling Virus show. It's a perfect location in Ford. Just stop down, then head down to our show and get Black Sabbath to sign your box set.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Greg Giraldo in studio and Robert Kelly. You wouldn't know it because they haven't said anything yet. They decided to just sit back as we interviewed George Carlin's brother there, Patrick. Love that guy, Patrick. He's like a hippie pothead living in the woods dude that never had to worry about anything in his life.
Yeah, right on a creek.
That's a good place to be, I'm thinking, huh?
Stoned on a creek.
No
He's
worries.
just talking about, what do you do? Well, I just live up here in the middle of nowhere. Oh, okay.
And, you know, George Carlin had all the stress and the heart problems, and there's Patrick, his older brother, not a worry in the world. He's healthy.
Smoking his weed.
He's healthy as an ox, just 76, smoking pot every day. Got to get that stress out of your life.
I like
If
that.
that's not obvious.
Jimmy was like the James Lipton.
Yes.
Comedy world.
Yeah, Jimmy gets into it.
Very informed.
Jimmy does a
was.
very good interview.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that was
figured,
great.
you know, for George, it's easy to talk about Carlin. I mean,
Yeah.
if it was Jake Johansson's brother,
Yeah.
I would have been like, what was that bit he did with the couch and bums? Go.
That's the start of our new bit. We want to get just brothers of famous people on the show now. No joke. We really wanted to see how many we could actually get on the show.
Yeah.
So we got some connections. Hey, it's a very sad day. I'll speak for myself. For me. For Aunt Jimmy, I don't know. I mean, you guys can speak up, but
Certainly is.
It's the last day for Eric Logan at XM Satellite Radio.
Oh, yeah, of course they said that.
Elo,
Hey guys, how are you doing?
this is the day, huh, sir?
Yeah, this is it.
That's it?
They've taken stuff out of my office. They've taken my box away.
Oh,
Box
boy.
is gone.
Your box of stuff, and you got to hand in your little key cards and everything.
Are you doing what was the name of the movie, About Schmidt? Are you doing a little About Schmidt, leaving some stuff for the new guys, and they're like just nodding, going, yeah, okay,
And
no
you'll find it
problem.
out in the dumpster later.
Right, exactly.
God, was that a great scene?
So I have nothing. I mean, I would have some very lovely intro sound effects, but my mom's box is gone off the table here.
Oh, boy.
You better know how to do that the right way. That has to be your last words on the show. There,
I know.
Elo.
Don't worry.
How
I
do you
want to
feel-
make sure I get in because I'm not quite sure when the hang-up's coming. So
Elo,
Not today, my friend.
when are you? How do you feel leaving? I mean, obviously you're going to a bigger gig, but is it depressing on some level? You said.
no question. I mean, it's you know what it is. You know, I've enjoyed being here for the 4 years. I can't believe it's been 4 years, by the way.
Yeah.
And you know, and hearing Mel talk on the show yesterday, and then you know, having seen him 2 or 3 times, you know, everybody in that room knows how I feel about that man, and how much I've loved working for him back in Infinity and CBS, and when I heard the merger was going to happen and he was going to be the CEO, it was, you know, I felt great because it's like, here's a guy who gets it, and the industry is going to be wildly successful because of what he's going to do. And the sad part for me is not being here working for him. And this is going to be a fun place. I mean, you heard him yesterday on the show, and I thought that was terrific. And you know, he tells the story better than I could. I mean, it's, you know, it's almost as big as Comcast, the second biggest radio company. I mean,
we're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Yeah. We're going to pass around Eric Logan's sound machine. Everybody poke a button at the wrong time.
What is?
I just got an IM. It just said, "Hurry up, my phone card is going to run out here." So
Oh.
they've got me on phone cards now.
Yeah.
What is Eric going to do? What is he going?
He's going to work for Oprah Winfrey. A little, you know, yeah. He did very well for himself.
Bob,
Trust me.
I know you're not familiar with Oprah Winfrey, but you may
She's
want to
the
give it
big
a shot.
black chick, right?
Well, speaking of Oprah Winfrey, Bill K writes, "Hey, Stephen S. Sorry. Hey, Opie, please tell Elo we look forward to his return to Sirius XM radio when he falls off the wagon and Oprah lets him go."
When he's arrested by the Chicago Police Department for
just something awful.
That's a great gig, man. Look, I gotta be honest. When Elo first started with XM, I didn't think we were gonna get along. We had a meeting, a bunch of us in here.
Are you kidding?
No, the first time I met Elo. Eric, do you remember? It wasn't an argument, but it was like a little back and forth in the.
We were in the bullpen, and I can't remember the topic, but you chased some funny rabbit down some black hole, and I don't mean a prostitute, and you made a point about actually what it was, if I remember right, it had something to do with the fact that the premium tier, and we were having this philosophical argument about why you were there, and I was toting the company line, knowing all along that you guys were coming off, and in fact I had told Opie and Anthony that you guys were going to be coming off, and that was one of the things that I was going to do, but it was going to take some time, and you didn't get the memo because you didn't know, and I didn't know you, and so you were just browbeating me into the ground.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what it was, and we were arguing about it, and that's when I fell in love with you, because it's like, this guy's got passion, and that's why I love him.
Hey, you were telling a story to me the other night, going, you remember when you guys were on the premium tier, and you were trying to spin it like, it's really good news, guys. You got 20,000 people that have signed up for your show so far. And I go, Elo, we used to get 20,000 people at our gigs. Yeah. And you go, that's when I knew I had to get you guys the fuck off the premium tier, or I was going to lose you guys.
I mean, it was like, this is going to be great. And I remember when Hugh sold into the board, and everybody said, we'll do it for this, that, and the other. And I'm like, we got to fix this, and we got to fix it now. So it was like, we'll get them off the premium tier, and we'll get rid of Playboy. And I'm like, oof, that was a strong move.
Yeah. Well, did Hugh want us on the premium tier, or was he all for taking us off?
No,
I think Elo pushed that.
It was, what it was actually. It was the company's attempt to try to see if they really could make this like a cable service and charge premium for HBO and everything else. And the reality is that it's just a different world, radio versus TV, and it didn't work. And it came off as soon as I got here. It came off like the following March, if I remember right.
It was a bright day when you joined the company, because the one thing Ant and I remember, because we're up to about 4 years too. We pretty much started with Elo. We were here about a month before he was, and when Elo came aboard, I'm like, thank God they finally hired a radio guy, because that was obvious to us. There was
all just
no
tech
radio guys. It was guys that knew how a cell phone worked.
Yeah,
and how how cable networks work. Like, what about radio? This is a special thing. We need a radio guy. Hey,
I'm proud to say, by the way, I never escorted you down this back stairwell after you came to XM.
Yeah, they
remember that when they snuck you out of the building?
We told the Hugh Panero story that he walked into the room and he's like, I just want to let you guys know. This was his opening statement. He goes, I want to let you guys know I'm not a fan of your show. I'm like, wow, this is a great way to start.
Yeah, nice.
And then he spun and he goes, but I understand why, I need your show on XM. But I just was like, oh, man.
Well, Hugh got it, though. I mean, because then he hired Bob Edwards. And, I mean, that was a cool move, too, because he put the same weight on both shows. And you know what I mean? Like, both were going to kind of do the same. And NPR was the way to... both were going to do the same business.
Hey, Elo, how many hours you got left at XM?
Let's see, 7 hours.
All right, so we
need probably 5 if you take out my 2-hour lunch I'm going to take today.
I need to know the answer of one question.
Oh, okay.
When the homeless Charlie thing went down, who wanted us fired?
Nobody wanted you fired.
Come on.
You get the swallow?
Yeah.
I don't believe Eric. Who wanted you fired?
I'm sorry. I'm drinking my hot tea with my Oprah and Friends mug right now.
Hey,
I'm channel 156, by the way.
I heard things. I'll get the real answer when I go up to Chicago.
We heard you saved us.
Yeah, we did hear you saved us.
Well, let's just put it this way. It was there were some incredibly choppy waters, and there were several heads in the room that were reacting fairly wildly, and we just needed to let those heads simmer down and let somebody who has seen this storm before navigate those waters, get to the other side, and get to a better place.
Who was the blogger? Who was the one that got that to Breitbart? You can tell us now. It's 14 months later.
That I don't know, actually. I don't know that.
Do you think it was someone from the NAB? Your suspicions?
I'm still fairly convinced it was somebody at the NAB.
All right, well,
Yeah.
such a stupid thing, but we survived it thanks to you.
Mel said on air and I believe off air that definitely off air, definitely both of those are true. I'm sorry. That he had a really good position for you with the new company.
Yeah, that's true. I talked to him yesterday. I've talked to him 2 days ago, and I'm going to see him here in about 20 minutes.
When does the firing start? After you leave the building?
I don't know, but there's a big truck with a lot of axes that just pulled up. I don't know what that is.
Well, you know what? You're going to a two-hour lunch.
There's a lot of clear plastic being laid on the floor, and a lot of people are smart.
They're setting up the room like what's his name in American Psycho, getting everything ready for the bloodshed.
I don't know why they're showing Saw 3 in the Hendrix room right now.
You know what, Eric? When you go to lunch, people will be like, all right, we'll see you when you get back. No, you won't. You'll be gone.
Hey, I'm going to read Bill K's instant feedback from Philly. Something I want to bring up, but I'd rather it come out this way. Hey, Ope, how fucking cool is Elo for talking you guys up to Mel on one of his last days in the office? He's so fucking cool to you guys.
Yep.
And Mel said more of that after the show, by the way, after his appearance. Just saying how you were raving about us.
Yeah. Well,
and you didn't have to do that.
Well, you know how I feel about you guys, and it's all three of you. I think the show's suffering today because Bob's in the studio, but I think generally speaking,
Bob.
That's right, Bob. I was actually enjoying you. I was really like, wow, this guy's a really nice guy. He's
well, you didn't even know he was going to Oprah.
And I didn't know. I just wanted to know, though, because I cared. I just wanted to know where he was going, and I was happy for you that you're going to bigger and better things, but sometimes it's all right, man.
That's okay. All right, Bobby. I take it back. I love the cadre of people that you have on the show. But no, I have always been and will continue to be I believe the biggest fan of the show, and I've said this, I know, Ope, to you and Aunt and Jimmy off the air, and I'll say it on the air, that the only thing that really changes for my love of this show is the fact that I actually now can be a full-fledged participant in all the pest and O&A army executives, because I had a hard time doing it when I was an officer of the company. Now I can just call them and really tell them what I think.
Yeah, how about, by the way, Logan talked about this the other night. He's insane. He was one of those guys that would call and give the hate calls and stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, absolutely. Remember that guy down in Florida with the billboard? Remember that whole thing like 3 years ago?
Well, our fans bought. Anyone doesn't remember the pests? Bought a billboard. Jim Phillips' name was something Phillips.
Yeah, Phillips File. That's
Phillips File.
Yeah.
And he had been bad-mouthing us or something, and the fans, they ruined his life so badly, he was actually just calling behind the scenes saying it has to stop.
Well, I don't even know if you know this. I got through on the air, and I totally just said, listen, I support everything you do. I think it's completely unreasonable, your mom's box. And I mean, I was, and he had no idea. And then what was ironic was the next morning, I got a phone call from the programmer of that radio station. I literally thought he busted me. And he was like, could you do me a favor and have those fans of that channel stop calling my guy? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, Jim Phillips, the Phillips File, the Opie and Anthony. I said, who? Opie and oh, yeah. Not really familiar with what goes on. I have 190 channels I got to watch. So, I was on the freaking air with this guy.
That's unbelievable.
Well, at least you weren't like Anthony. You didn't call Mancow and help.
Yeah, I know. My helpful call.
Yeah. Fucking Anthony, Mr. You should have called Mike and Francesca and said, you got the Pirates score wrong. And then hung up.
Just helping out.
The first time I met Elo, my first impression is a little different than Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Stupid Fareed flew me out for a radio conference to Arizona, and Eric Logan was basically running Citadel. And I got to talk in front of a room filled with radio guys, whatever. But my first impression of Elo, I've never seen anyone drink as much as Eric Logan back then.
Well, Ant's seen that too.
Yeah, and you never fucking slept. Like this conference was pretty important for Fareed and the gang, and you're the guy that they're supposed to be listening to. And I barely knew this guy's like, I don't even know how I'm gonna talk in front of it was like 500-600 people. I'm so hungover. I haven't slept yet. I just can't wait to go back to my suite and have another after hours party. And I'm like, wow, this guy, I got to get to know this guy.
That was when the stock was at 20, so at 83 cents, I don't think we're doing a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think we're off those stations? I had a suspicion, because it's really irritating. We were doing well in Buffalo. A part of me thinks that they know this merger was going through and they're choosing the summer to do it because they know that Mel's probably going to be very difficult for them to continue with.
Well, I think that first of all, I think terrestrial radio is just completely lost. They don't know what they don't know. Maybe you heard Miller say yesterday, and I agree with him. I mean, this is a no. There's no growth in that business, and the only way they grow cash flow is by removing expense. And so, if they're paying you guys $55,000, which by the way is criminal, okay?
Yeah.
And they can go, well, we can pay somebody $45,000 and shut up and rock. Then that's in their mind justified. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I mean, if there's one thing that Mel will not do, and I agree, and you guys know this, is you don't get cheap on talent.
Right.
Well, let's hope Mel remembers that because there's some of us have to renegotiate, and Mel may not know.
61 days, right?
Well, I would hope that ELO would mention somebody to Mel because tell him the Charlie Rose question guy. He'll remember me.
Well, I did. I mean, I was listening to that interview, and all of a sudden that Charlie Rose question come up, and I cringed. It was a audio cringe, and then I thought Mel's line was great about asking, "Is your real name the same as the contract?"
Yeah. Well, I was kidding when I asked that. I was joking. It was.
I know.
Oh, you do. Thank God.
I know, but I'm listen, Jimmy. I'm going to see him in about 15 minutes. So if he brings it up to me, I'll text you like you're dead.
He won't bring it. He won't bring it up.
What's the schedule down there today?
Well, the schedule is that Mel's down here, and some of the folks from Sirius XM New York, as they call it, are down in the building, and they're seeing a few people. Most of my directs, John and Sandy and Tony and those folks. And I usually get to the office at 6. Between 6 and 6:15. I've never seen more people in the office at 6 a.m. in my life.
They know a lot of them is to be the last day they see the comp plan. They're probably walking around.
The only thing you're going to see is the inside of a body bag.
You think people are getting fired today and tomorrow?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think so.
If you just happen to come upon Don Wickland's firing, could you make sure you call us real fast with your cell phone so we can listen in?
I'll have a pocket dial.
God.
Do you think Wicky's in trouble? I hope they don't fire him.
We should put him on Pal Talk. We should put Pal Talk timers everywhere and just have the firings there.
And of course, Anthony was telling the Eric Logan drinking Bob.
Oh, Bob's mini bar after the Letterman show.
Anthony, that when by the way, I am writing a book. By the way, I am going to write a book, and I don't care about anything. That is a whole chapter that night.
That was hysterical, man. Bob was cringing every time one of us got up. We were like, "Hey, what do you want? An Amstel, some vodka?" And Bob's you could see cha-ching, cha-ching in his head as he knows we're just.
But Anthony, that's not even the best part. That's the capper to how I pulled that check maneuver at dinner.
Oh yeah,
we were trying to figure out how much was the wine.
The wine was $300 a bottle, and we ordered 4 bottles of it.
Yeah, it was well over $1,000 for the wine alone. And Bob started gulping and getting panic attacks. And Eric goes, "Don't worry, we'll split the bill. We'll split the bill." So that made Bob feel a little better. And then by the end of this whole dinner, Elo just slid the check over to Bob.
Well, you didn't say what the split would be. It was 95-5.
No, it was 100.
Exactly.
Actually, to this day, Bob is trying to get his, trying to get half from Elo.
Oh no, still every so often Bree, in the office out there, who's a lovely lady, sends me this random invoice, and it's he's now moving to try to mask it under a variety of things like stamps or something. It's but it's still I know what the bill was, and the invoice comes in, I literally throw it in the trash.
That's so funny.
He'll probably try to send it to Mel. I'm sure that will work.
I hope you guys
this Elo's bar tab.
I hope you guys understand how well you got him because I know a little bit about Bob too, and he won't let his wife go into the mini bar when they travel.
Yeah.
She has to go and get all the snacks she would get in the mini bar and bring it with her. So when you guys pull that move, that really hit home with him.
Oh, it was fantastic. There was nothing left. I'll tell Anthony, there was nothing left.
No, we ravaged it, and I know he was upset because every time we got up, his eyes would look over and be like, "Oh no, what are they getting now? All right, some $9-10 beers."
I think what it was, but people got to remember when the Letterman taping happens. What's it 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock?
Yeah, something like that, 5:30 or something.
So first of all, we were drinking in the green room,
right?
Then we went to dinner and drank like fishes out of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then Opie was the responsible one and went to bed. Anthony and I said, let's go. And so we went to the lobby of the Parker, drank there, and I think we watched a ball game or something, I think. And then we went to Bob's room so we could watch the rebroadcast of the Letterman show, which was 11:30.
Yeah. And then get up to do the morning show the next day.
Yeah. Yep.
By the way, that was the pinnacle right there with us and you, Eric Logan. When you showed up in our dressing room at Letterman before we went on, that was the moment. That's the one I'll remember.
You remember what I told you guys too? I told you this is one of the happiest days of my career was seeing you guys here.
Yeah, I got a picture. I'm actually blowing it up. I'm gonna send it to you so you can
I'd love to have it.
maybe display it in your new office if you're not.
I'll have it up. I'll have it in my office. I promise. And when you guys come, you can see it.
Yeah. So does Oprah like us? Let's cut to the chase here.
Yeah, she does. She asked about you. Actually, I talked to her yesterday.
Sure. Oh yeah. Okay. Sure.
My book's coming out in November.
She actually asked about Bob. Who's that Hispanic comic who did
Hey, whoa, I'm Irish.
Hey, Eric, my book comes out in November. What are the odds of Oprah kind of featuring it, helping somebody out?
Go.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Why not? I think she may enjoy the honesty of it. What do you think? What do you think I got to do to get on her desk? Go.
I think what you need to do is write a children's book.
It is.
I'm sure it is.
What's it called?
Never snitch.
What really pisses me off about this whole thing, this business is really weird. You say goodbye to people all the time. But I told Logan the other day, we were talking, I'm like, no, what sucks about this is I always knew that you would leave eventually, or we would have to leave, or whatever. But we'd work again. Like, I just assumed he'd run CBS Radio or some other, radio thing.
That could help us.
Yeah, and then we would, team up again. But he picked a job where there's no chance we're going to work together anytime soon.
Yeah,
and that's what pisses me off. Happy for you, though, sir.
Well, I appreciate it. It's going to be great. I mean, I'm going to go get in television. I'm going to be in charge. I'm going to get in the print world, and there's just, it's a great thing. I can't complain.
We finally find a guy who likes working with us, and he runs off to be a district manager at Corvettes.
Yeah. Yeah, I told Mel yesterday we finally decided to listen to somebody in our careers, and that was Eric Logan. Just to get serious for a second here.
And the way we were talking about you, Mel's like, did you guys not like Eric Logan? Like, he didn't know that we...
Oh, yeah, because we were just goofing on you a little bit. And he's like, oh, you don't like him? I was like, no, we love the guy.
That's our way, you dummy.
No, it was, that was the first time I've ever heard Mel say something about me like that, and that was very touching, actually. I was like, I don't know when's the last time you heard Mel say anything about that by anybody, actually.
Yeah, Mel was a different Mel yesterday. It was nice.
And and it's funny you say that. He's still the same Mel as he always been, but I've just noticed, I mean, he's very happy right now. He's just in a great space. He's happy. He loves what he does. I mean, I'll tell you, after spending the last 2 or 3 days in contact with him, I'm missing this place already more than I thought I was going to 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and that's why I know this place is going to be in a wonderful, wonderful space, in the future.
It was really weird because I was saying that was more time. I mean, maybe with you, but I never spent that much time with a boss since I've been doing this. I mean, especially a guy who's been on that level of the game. It was
and
great.
You know what I mean? Think about it. I mean, this is a guy who, he is a media mogul. This guy is enormously, and he wanted to spend more time there, and he probably would have stayed the whole show if it weren't for the fact that he had to get back to the town hall meeting that he had. So,
Eric, I'm such a dick too. After his appearance, we go to commercials. I go, Mel, I just want to let you know something. He goes, yeah. You did an hour and 15 with Howard, 45 with us. I'm keeping track. And he goes, and then he went into defense mode. I'm like, dude, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, sometimes he jumps right on defense mode. It's like, no,
I'm just fucking with you.
I would like Mel.
Because then he's like, I would have done more time, but I have a town hall meeting over at Sirius, and I could come back. I'll give you another half hour. I'm like, dude, I'm just fucking around.
Well, I thought it was a great interview. I thought you guys handled it well, and you guys are going to be great, and you're going to go to a much bigger platform, and I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm just waiting for the day that you and Howard are all in the same studio together.
Look, it's not that crazy. I mean, look, everybody wants this. This is different than regular radio. This is not like, well, if this one doesn't work, there's always that one. This is a rare case where the company is one company. It's like it's one medium. It's almost like if satellite doesn't work, XM Sirius doesn't work, Sirius XM doesn't work, it's fucking satellite doesn't work.
Right.
So there's like a different motivation to work with everybody because it has to work. Regular radio, you don't have to get along on K-Rock to survive. You don't. But you better, the company better do well to survive in this because if Sirius XM falls apart, we're all fucked. It can't.
They can't, yeah.
Speaking of what Elo just said, I talked to Robin Quivers for like 15 minutes yesterday.
Oh, you saw her? Yes, you see her a lot, man.
She lives in our neighborhood now. She told me where she lives. She's our neighbor.
The new Jim Florentine?
Yeah. No, all of a sudden I'm just sitting on a park bench on Broadway, Jimmy, you know, where you can sit.
Hi, Opie.
And all of a sudden I look up and it's Rob, and I'm like, hi. So we were trading notes about our Mel interviews yesterday, and turns out she, I don't want to blow up her spot, but she lives very close to us, Jimmy.
Well, her and Jim broke up.
Extremely close.
That's good.
Yeah, I read it in the paper.
I see Fred's car every morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that they broke up.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I see Fred's car every morning. He lives in my building. It's weird. But yeah, so that's not that crazy of a thing, Eli. I mean, it's like, the only person, I haven't met Rob, and I don't know Howard, but I mean, you know, the rest of the people I know, those guys have met everyone who they need to meet. So it's like, ugh.
Yeah. Elo, you're going to be a silent listener, because I can't imagine you would be able to, like, call us if you're working for Oprah.
Yeah, I will assume an alternate identity, and I will figure out a way to get one of those boxes that changes my voice.
That would be,
or talk, or slash my larynx and get one of those little things I stick in there and sound like a guy who's been smoking for 20 years.
Just talk, now just muffle it, like, just make your voice like that.
Exactly.
That person.
Ted Levine.
I promise all of my friends on IM and the emails I've been getting from all the pests that my presence will be felt. I promise.
All right. Well. I think it's time.
Yeah. Thanks for everything, Elo.
Hey, guys, I'm going to miss you, and I sincerely mean it. I love you guys, and I got one final thing.
Not yet. We weren't finished being nice. I stepped on it.
You're the worst.
Jimmy,
but no,
he's
still here, though.
Right. Jimmy, listen to me.
Yeah,
You've got the timing of throat cancer.
I know
Jesus.
Okay.
All right. It's all yours there, Elo. The music's playing.
Elo, any final words for our listeners?
Yes, I have one final thing for all of my friends in the pests. Your mom's box.
Elo! Our Elo! All right, fuck him.
What are you, a fucking moron?
E-ho, beat it. Fucking interview was going nowhere.
E-blow.
Such a baby. I actually got a little moisture there in the left fucking orb.
Did you?
A little bit. I got
have fun at your new job.
Goddamn right.
This is how we deal with. This is how we deal with real emotions.
That's how we deal with traitors. Hit the frick, shit dick. It's been real. It's been nice, but it hasn't been real nice.
Get the fuck out.
Hang yourself with your suspenders. Thanks for nothing. 4 years of shit.
Wow, that blows.
It does stink.
There he goes.
Hey,
Guys, it's such fucking disconnected assholes.
Wow, we love ours. We really do.
I know.
So, what do you think about the? What does Jeff Goldblum think about the new gig?
Goddamn rich.
Hey!
Like you, rich cunt.
I'm Jeff Goldblum. Great.
He fucking says it all.
He certainly does.
Who doesn't want to scream that in somebody's face? Who doesn't want to punch someone and yell, "Goddamn rich cunt"?
Does anybody remember laughter?
Yeah. Remember laughter.
We got some lady on the phone. It says, "This bitch won't stop calling, is very annoyed you haven't spoken to her yet."
Oh, let's get to her, Hope. We don't like to make people wait. We apologize. Who's this? What's your name, dear?
Hello?
Hi, how are you, dear?
Hi, who are you?
Maria.
Hi, Maria. What's
Hi,
going
Maria.
on?
What can we do for you today?
I heard you've been calling for the last hour or so.
Actually, it's been 2 hours.
Oh, my goodness.
No, what's the matter?
What can we do to help you?
All right.
Only wanted to get a time, please.
Oh,
I
I'm
have 3 things to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 1, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You're sexually confused.
Why, Maria?
All you ever talk about is dicks and ass.
What's confusing about that?
He's got a point.
Point taken.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all you ever want.
No, that's not true, Maria, because I don't know how to say this respectfully, but I do talk about big tits and big fat... Hold on, I didn't,
That's true.
dear, I didn't finish, dear. It's
true.
I do talk about big, fat, meaty cunts.
Yeah, my pal Jimmy's a slit man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now he wants dick, ass, and fat women.
Well,
I don't want fat women. No. I didn't say it. Don't. You're putting words in my mouth.
Well,
And only
now-
in yours.
Well, now you also said you had other things to address. Let's
Yes, sir.
hear that too.
What's next? Tell him to shut up for a second.
Oh, Jimmy.
Whoa.
Jimmy,
I sense,
shut up.
Hold on. No, does this fat pig have a problem with me?
Yeah, do you have a problem with Jimmy?
Let's get this in the open here.
That's why I want to know if
Now,
the other
Jimmy,
ones concern you too.
Jimmy, we love you. I have to tape everything that's ever on air that you're on. All right.
Oh. Does the fact that you have a drinking problem make that difficult?
God, I wish I did.
Okay.
Then I would be happy.
What's number 2?
What's number 2?
What's number 2?
Oh, boy.
Okay, number 2 is you guys were doing the thing about Obama and McCain this morning.
Yeah.
Well, there's a thing on, if you go under secretpants.net, that they took 30 quotes from all the Batman shows from the 60s and 30 quotes from President Bush
This is old already.
and asked people who said this quote.
Right. Batman or Bush, we know.
I would.
I like the way she explains it. Though, 'cause she
And
does it slow.
number
so you can
3.
understand it.
Deliberate, yes.
Yeah, I like
doze
the way
off.
she-
You can nap.
Number
Go
three.
feel
Number
back.
3.
Is for my husband, Arthur,
Ugh.
to get my XM
Arthur.
Radio 6 for my car.
What's the matter with your XM in your car?
Don't you hate Arthur's wife?
You fucking cunt.
Oh, he drives truck. He's in a shitload.
Bitumen.
No.
Run over my wife, Bitumen, please.
This moose must have really pissed you off.
All right.
She's such a fucking pig. I'd rather fuck Liza Minnelli.
Hopefully you'll wind up like Dudley, too. Like good old Arthur.
Club-footed
Yeah.
and pudding-headed.
With a hat full of mashed potatoes. A fucking top hat full of fucking mashed potatoes.
Yeah, Jimmy, you like those too, huh?
Yes. I'm gay and I...
No. His
like
Brooke
potatoes.
is mine, and I don't have mine
Show
back.
me how you suck a guy's cock. The last time I'm going to ask you.
Nice, right?
You ever
Slowly.
suck a guy's cock?
She's answering.
Tell him slowly.
Do you put mustard on it and pretend it's a big hot dog?
Show me with your mouth.
I'm saying.
Show me with your mouth.
What?
He is obsessed with cocks and asses.
Shut your goddamn pie hole.
Ooh.
Fancy talk.
I did not make a new friend, did I?
whore.
Did she say the third one? I don't remember if she said the third one.
Oh, come on. Tell him lighten up.
What's the
Yeah,
third
she needs
one?
her XM unit fixed.
Oh.
Bobby.
What's the matter?
She stuck around for 2 hours for this.
Let me tell you something. You are perhaps the most boring fucking caller we've ever had. Do you understand what? Yeah, and it's not just me saying that. Everybody on Pal Talk, Instant Feedback, everything else is just bashing you as a waste of time, boring cunt.
Jesus.
Who just fucking... Well, I'm just reading. I'm paraphrasing.
Jesus, Anthony.
But that's what the people are saying. The people have spoken.
I find her endearing.
The people have spoken. I don't.
And why?
What?
Why am I boring?
why would
Because you're boring everybody. You're not. What you're saying isn't interesting. The tone you're saying, the cadence you're speaking in, everything about you, the way you talk, is fucking boring. You're fucking boring.
When you talk, I see a little cartoon bubble above my head. There's a bunch of Z's in it.
Z. And it's not even in a talk bubble. It's a little cloudy think bubble.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Really?
You're boring.
If you don't
Do you
hang
bore
on-
Arthur, your husband?
We're going to have to go home early because of you. Because
When
now
is-
we need to sleep.
When was the last time Arthur gave you a little sticking of some dickin'?
That's right. When
Comment?
the duty comes out.
Come on,
I bet
please.
she's good at parties, though, like her other friends. She probably holds court when her girlfriends come
Oh,
over.
I bet. But she's just the
Talking.
talk of the town.
What, like
Why
yoga?
don't you answer the questions that wouldn't be as boring? When was the last time your husband Arthur gave you some dick?
Where the duty comes
Oh,
out.
last night.
Last night?
Oh, yeah.
Really? How long you been married?
13 years.
Oh, yeah. How many kids you got? 2?
One.
One kid.
Why don't you like me?
One that's handicapped.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Here's the problem.
Can we guess?
No, guys.
Guys, stop.
Let's,
Seriously.
it's very
You know,
serious.
if you
Can we
sleep
play
on a
20
handicap
afflictions?
bed-
Yeah, can we guess? Could we guess what kind of?
Can we try to guess?
What's wrong?
Sure, go for it.
No,
We'll do 20
all right,
questions.
all right, let's guess.
Yes or no questions. Okay?
Yes.
Is it mental?
What do you mean by mental?
It's a yes or no
Above the
question.
neck.
Is it a mental handicap?
All
Okay,
right.
yes.
All right. Does your kid look like a lot of other kids?
No.
No.
What was your favorite beverage during pregnancy?
Iced tea.
Okay.
Iced tea. Okay. All right.
Does it affect your kid's
And no, it
ability
was
to?
not Long Island.
Okay.
Hold on, we got a
Does it affect his ability to play ping pong?
Good question.
Yes.
Okay.
Does
yes.
Wait, how old's the
Are
kid?
actually fun, and I really thought I'd hate you.
How old is the kid?
She's 11.
Oh, she. Okay, so she's 11.
Can I got a question.
Okay,
unless you're
ask
ready
a
yet?
question. No, go ahead.
Is your daughter still wearing the same pair of shoes for the last 11 years?
No.
No.
But for the first 12 months, yes.
Do you sometimes wish you had fallen down the stairs?
No.
Okay.
Bob, you had a
That
question?
bad?
Yeah, I was just. Does your daughter eat like a horse?
And he means
Yeah,
grass in the
just
front
like
yard.
What?
What
Yeah.
about the front yard?
For her birthday party, do you put a candle in a pile of lead paint chips?
No, but that's a really good idea.
All right, so it's mental handicap, IQ of 70 or below.
No, say what?
Actually, we don't know.
Okay, so
Oh no! Oh boy!
oh boy.
You want the prize now?
No.
When
No,
you-
we're
when you-
guessing.
When you guys are taking family photos, is she all the way at the end so you can crop her out?
No, but that's sad.
That is sad.
What is that?
Opie,
Does she?
come
Does,
on.
Put it this way.
let me ask you a question. Let me just ask a question. Does she have a really long tongue?
No.
Okay, what do you want to say, Maria?
Actually,
Give us a hint.
okay, here's a hint.
It's the opposite of up syndrome.
No.
Does it rhyme with
No.
schnortism?
Okay, I got one for you.
All right.
Okay. Technically, she's undiagnosed.
Oh, we have a question from a listener. Is her spine shaped like the Superman logo?
No, I wish it was.
I know what she's got.
Diagnosis.
Yeah.
I know what she's got. Daughter of retarditis.
Oh, Jimmy, that runs in your family.
Oh, she got me good. Someone quick, pop out their cock.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
First the potatoes, dig, then this.
Oh no!
I know.
Damn.
All right. What stupid thing is wrong with your daughter?
What is it?
Yeah,
hold on.
That's stupid.
No, what
Okay,
is
come
it?
on, more questions.
No, we really want to know the answer now.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your?
On visual inspection, just looking, can you tell that there's a mental handicap?
No.
No.
Oh,
Does it?
No.
Does it look like she's wearing a broom for hair?
Why would she be?
I wish.
Does her bangs just go straight across the front?
oh wait,
No, I wish.
undiagnosed.
Undiagnosed. What is that? Then she's
11.
fine.
All right. What's wrong with her? Like, what could you tell us?
Okay, well, first off, my daughter's 11. She's given 4 times to Locks of Love. Do you know what that is?
Yeah,
Yes.
the hair.
What?
That's
Yeah.
where they cut the hair off and send it to little cancer
Right,
kids.
which is 47 inches. My
Well,
daughter's 54 inches tall.
I'm saying that she's very. That's very sweet. But what does she have?
Okay, cerebral palsy is a dump all
What?
for what they don't know what a kid has.
Oh, so they just say CP.
You got it.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's not funny.
And plus, Jimmy with it.
It's not funny.
How did you see that jerk?
What were you saying about me? You threw me into the mix again.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What's the matter? You don't like me.
I'm trying not to laugh really, really effing hard right now.
How come you don't like me?
Oh, yeah.
How come you don't like me?
Jimmy, I have not liked you since I saw you on everything on TV and heard you.
Why?
But she's obsessed with you.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you like me? Let's be honest.
This broad is called before, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I can
She's
tell.
are you fat? And then there's no shame in it.
When have I called before?
What's that? It doesn't matter if you have or not. It's irrelevant. Are you fat or no? Because I bag on fat women and they take me wrong sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wish I was.
You keep saying that.
5'9", 150 pounds.
Would you, so what's the problem with me? Why don't you like me?
5'9", 150.
It's a lot.
You're a big girl.
You're a big girl.
Yeah, I am.
Jesus Christ.
I can palm a basketball. Thank you very much.
Can you?
Good.
What? Your kid's head?
God, I wish. I wish I had that.
You keep saying that.
God, I
Stop
wish.
saying God, I wish.
That's a crutch.
She's an excellent improver.
Yes.
Always go with it.
Wonderful.
Hey, if you
Keep
guys
saying the same thing.
Look up that website, that secretpants.net.
No, we saw that website. It sucks almost as badly as your call. So why
Yeah.
don't you quit beating around the Mo Howard haircut?
Hey, did you guys ever notice that when he gets offensive, he gets belligerent?
Why don't you tell me? They're both the same thing, you dumb twat.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me what it is you don't like about me and stop fucking boring everyone?
I had to go.
Wow.
Wow, that was a sonogram picture reaction.
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's true.
What is true?
When you get pissed off, you get belligerent.
Yeah, so what? That's not a non-point.
You really have to go, Bobby?
Yeah, I gotta dentist. I really.
Hey,
I was supposed to go around 10 minutes ago. I wanted to.
They got to clean cum out of your teeth. See, another dick reference.
Yeah, see?
Yes, Bob's going to the dentist to have them strengthened.
Anthony, dear.
Yeah.
I really want to
If you
stay
could
for what's
please
about
tell
to
my
happen.
husband to get my XM for my
Hold on,
birthday,
not until you
I'd
explain
really
why you don't
appreciate
like me. You have to explain why you don't like me. Because Bob is going to have little hairs put on his teeth to make it easier to eat in the ocean.
Actually, I'd rather keep Anthony in suspense.
No, it's not going to happen. I'm asking you. No one cares.
I can't be
I'm
kept
the
in
only one who
suspense.
has interest in you right
I
now.
have to get my
No.
teeth fixed, Jimmy, because
So
I
is this-
don't mush my food on my
Okay,
palate.
Jimmy in suspense.
Ooh, as soon as this show ends, Anthony's not even going to remember you called.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're very forgettable.
Oh, that's cool, because that's fine with me, because guess what? So are you.
Then why do you keep calling, you silly pig? Stop calling.
I wasn't calling to talk to you.
Yes, you were. There was nothing you'd love more than for me to park my fucking caddy and me to let you take my dick down to the root. Who are we kidding? That's exactly what you
Sorry,
want.
I'm not a man.
No, you sound like a man. You're a fucking woman, and you need to be fucking fucked properly. Your husband's on the road, probably blowing guys through glory holes. Jesus, Jimmy. That's what Arthur's doing.
Just don't come in that busted baby maker of hers. I don't know what'll come out.
That fucking womb, it's like the house from Lost.
Why, he gets so belligerent when he gets...
You
Oh,
said
doesn't
that
he?
already.
I agree with you 100%.
Maria, you just languish in redundancy. Say something different.
Jimmy,
Yes.
quit talking about dicks and asses.
You said that already.
Yes, keep it going. You're doing wonderfully. I love this girl's improv.
You say the same thing over and over. You
Yeah,
make no real
Bobby.
points. No wonder your husband
Right,
hates your
and
guts.
so- Jim,
Your
so
husband
do you.
hates you. Your
What's
husband
the
hates you.
point?
You're calling me. I don't care about you.
I didn't call you.
Yes, you did.
I called Opie and Anthony.
I'm right here, baby.
He's part
You're
of the
talking to me.
show.
Exactly.
It's Opie, Anthony, and
Right,
Jimmy. We just don't have enough room on the
What's that?
cardboard.
Right? I didn't say I'm calling Jimmy Norton.
Doesn't matter.
Personally.
The phone screener hated you. He said this pig keeps calling. You're a fucking attention whore. You need to connect somehow. You need
No,
that connection.
I don't like being put on ignore for over an hour.
Why? You're ignorable. You're a
that's
non-entity.
right. You're on ignore your whole life with people.
I think you're a Munchausen syndrome by proxy woman.
What do you mean by that?
I think that she keeps her daughter ill to get attention.
Oh, yeah, she's probably
one
right.
of those kind.
You fucking 6 cent
God, I
soup maker.
Do you do that? You 6 cent soup maker, right? You put a little Drano in the kid's soup. What are you doing over there? What are you doing? Shooting feces into her arm to keep her sick?
Actually, Anthony, that's not funny.
She's probably totally. You know why? Because probably it's close to home. She's probably totally fine. And
Because I just took her to the doctor yesterday.
because you seem like an attention whore, and attention whores have this Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Have the doctors discussed that with you?
My problem is
Undiagnosed? That's fucking weird.
Yep.
And boy, maybe somebody better look into what you're doing. What does the doctor say? How often do you see the doctor? A lot, I bet, right? You help out with the diagnosis and everything, and
You
No.
know the nurses by name when you come in.
Yeah, your friends
God, I
are like,
wish.
how's it going?
Yeah, yeah. You're like, well, it's a struggle every day. Let me get some more fucking Windex for her Hawaiian punch.
Then you just gotta call and get on the radio, and they keep hanging up on you, and you just gotta keep calling. You gotta fucking be heard, don't you?
Everyone is pointing out, by the way, Joe from Jersey, what kind of mother calls up and plays, guess what's wrong with my retard kid?
That's true. Oh, are you a horrible mother?
Yeah, how much
right from
attention
that
do you need?
infected womb up until 11 years
she
later.
actually decided to play, guess what's wrong with my retarded kid?
Oh, you just sell your kid down the river for 30 seconds to try to connect with me because you got something for me. We both know it. You try insulting me like a little girl in the schoolyard, but we both know what you'd like. You'd like me to kind of pull your hair and face fuck you.
Is that the kid in the
I
background?
was calling about the thing.
What
earlier.
thing?
Was she conceived during a keg stand?
Secretpans.net.
Stop with this corny website. You
we
would like me
hate
to lay
that
you on the
website.
bed. You want me to lower your head off the bed so the blood rushes to your head, and then throat fuck you with my onion balls on your nose until your eyes tear up. That's what you want.
Oh, that's
You want to make that noise?
Now, which means now, besides being
Yeah, you
in
need
the
a-
guise, he is unbathed.
On what?
Because if he says he has onion balls,
No,
no. That was
Jimmy.
that was kind of the joke. I was
Yeah.
saying that I have such little regard for you as a living entity that I wouldn't even shower. I'd put my onion balls on your fucking desperate nose. I'd say, look, I'll acknowledge you, and you'd go, okay, and you'd say, okay, because you sold your own kid down the river. You fucking called repeatedly.
How did I sell my kid down the river?
Exactly the same fucking playing. Guess what's wrong with my kid? You're awful. You're awful. You're an attention whore.
You are an attention whore, you got to admit.
The question, how did I sell my kid?
I explained that to you. I stopped talking and listen. It was just explained to you. I just explained to you what you did.
You asked.
Shut
Go
up.
ahead and ask questions.
Exactly. Instead of just going, no, I don't want to talk about that, you had to be fucking radio prize whore and try to get the hosts interested in you.
Because we told you were boring.
You're boring. So
and you don't like
spiced it
hearing
up.
that.
That's fine. No, that's
You're a boring person. You really fit the fucking profile.
Yep. Your
of one
husband
of those.
ignores you.
Yeah.
Cool. What do I win?
Nothing.
A
Your
retarded
life.
kid.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. The kid's a victim in this. Please. Be nice.
Who even knows if she has a kid? I don't even know if she has one.
Can your daughter communicate?
Is she verbal? No.
Oh, no? Really?
Boy.
Wow. Unfortunately, Mom didn't have that.
Yeah, and you were drunk.
She's
You're
what?
drunk.
Yeah, were you drinking
You of course you were. Don't lie.
God, I wish.
during pregnancy?
Wait, her kid doesn't talk?
No. Non-communicative.
Do you speak?
You could hear her kind of slapping in the background a little bit.
Who do you know? I don't even
No,
believe she has a
actually,
kid.
we speak.
Oh.
Say making fun of your kid. That's not nice.
That's good.
No.
We
Not
don't know you or your kid, so it's a little easier. But you shouldn't be making fun of your own kid. It's not her fault that you
Actually,
decided to drink
I'm
during
allowed
pregnancy.
Yeah.
Mommy, I'm hungry.
allowed to. You're
Hold
not.
on, I'll feed you in a minute. Mommy has to go get some attention for herself. Mommy has to go stand in the front yard and do something to draw attention to herself or call a radio show.
Yeah, Jimmy has to talk about dicks and ass because he can't get a wuss.
I can't get a wuss. It's called a pussy, sweetheart.
called a
I can't get
cunt.
wuss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a fucking a pussy, not
Yes,
a wuss.
I didn't want to be.
It's called a baby maker.
You said dick and ass. Oh yeah, in your case, why don't you say Jimmy just can't get a disaster area?
Exactly.
Holy shit.
Where do you live? What city do you live in?
Is your womb lined with lead? Holy
Hey,
shit.
fallout shelter pussy. Where? What city do you live in?
Actually, that would be really, really funny if you think about it.
Yeah, I know it would be. That's why we said it.
Yeah.
Why do you say what city you live in?
Yeah.
City?
Philly.
Ah, Philly.
Really?
All right. What's going
All right,
on?
so it's within range that I could beat you.
Yeah.
Would you like to meet Jimmy?
Why don't you come up and meet us?
Sure.
Why don't you meet Jimmy and maybe slip you a little
upside
dick?
the head?
What's
Slip you
that?
some cock.
I won't let you suck it, but how
He
about
doesn't
this?
have one.
Shh. How about this? I won't let you suck it, but I'll let you look at it. Like I'll wave it in front of your face a little.
Would you jerk off on her face?
Absolutely.
Okay. How about Jimmy jerks off into your face?
But no touching. 'cause
Oh,
I'm seeing someone.
God. And do I have to get a magnifying glass? Or
Oh, Jimmy, no, she didn't.
No, no, no.
You're saying she's saying.
Do I have to,
Jimmy's got a tiny
That's not true.
This is a giant cock.
That's the last girl that was with Jimmy.
What? What's that?
Do I have to go to Atlanta to the disease place to get
Disease place.
a pad that it wouldn't affect me?
Well, it already affected me.
Wow, really?
Sorry.
This woman and her daughter can go on a double date with you and Josh Blue.
Dick balls, dick and ass, balls and dick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
Again,
Wouldn't you love that?
A guy.
Dick and balls.
Think about it.
She's trying to breathe out of her nose, but Jimmy's balls are right up against her nostrils.
And they sweat, and I have cranky ass because I was nervous about our big date. And normally I'd clean that, but for her I don't. So I kind of rub my fucking sweaty ass on her nose, and I say, breathe. Breathe it in. I'd trap your head between my thighs.
Nails and wipes on his balls, too. So, hey.
What's that, sweetie? What's that, Witty?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have nothing.
You're a lonely woman, aren't you?
Where's Dad?
Actually, he just called a second ago.
What did he
He's
say?
probably
Get off the
listening
phone,
right
you
now,
embarrassing hole?
What did he say?
No, I didn't answer. I was talking to you guys.
That's good.
Yeah, he's basically saying, "Will you get off the fucking phone? You're embarrassing me."
You're an embarrassment.
That's why he was calling.
Cool.
You know that, right?
Cool.
Hey.
Cool. Hey. Yeah.
only
Cool.
Only once in a lifetime.
Yeah. Right off time. Do you know how many times you get drunk and embarrass your husband? Don't you understand that? You're an attention whore and you're embarrassing everyone in your life. Just behave with dignity.
Comment?
Oh, God, like he is the person we should all mock.
I'm not calling radio shows begging for attention. This is my job. You're home. Exactly.
Ew.
Now you can continue to fake laugh, or you can really acknowledge what's going on, which is that you're an embarrassment. You're an attention whore and an embarrassment.
Yeah, thank God.
And you're a joke.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
Jimmy.
why he makes... Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. That's why he makes the money.
Because I'm a joke.
Yeah.
Why I make the money? Okay, fine.
He's a jokester.
You got me. But the bottom line
Right.
is this: I'm a joke. I make the money. What you are
Hey,
goes
guys.
beyond that. Shh.
I didn't call to argue. I just called to give you,
No one's arguing.
Little this, little that.
We're telling you gave us nothing except a shitty website.
I didn't call to get insulted.
Yes, you did. You called for attention. Any attention you can get, you'll take.
No.
You started insulting
we
me.
were on the phone for over an hour.
You started insulting me. You're a pest. Nobody wants to talk to you, and you continue to call the radio show. And then you get on and you insult me.
Then they could have said they don't want to talk to you.
You tell us purposefully. Either your kid is disabled or you make it up just to stay on the phone longer, and then you play a game. Guess what's wrong with my kid? You're a disgrace.
That is a little insensitive, isn't it?
You're a disgrace.
I mean, we come up with these things. Sometimes we don't expect people to actually go for it. And it is kind of disgraceful that you did kind of use your handicapped daughter in
If she even
radio
has a
bit.
daughter, because then she goes, oh, she can't communicate, therefore we can't say put her on the phone or make her say hello.
Oh, okay, hold on a second.
I don't want to talk to her.
Come here, Cass.
Ugh. Look at her. She calls her kid over.
You guys asked me.
And you call your kid over. And you,
What's her little name?
Her name's Cassandra.
Aw, Cass.
Come here, boo-boo.
Way to give her a name she'll never spell.
Hey, stop.
Come on.
Poor kid.
Jesus, talk to her kid like a fucking puppy.
I know.
No, because right now Jimmy has me toast because my daughter is my most precious thing.
And stop using her as a radio prop if she really exists.
Just say my daughter's my most depressing thing.
My most precious. She's trying
precious.
to cliched
Precious.
nonsense.
Oh,
I hear.
Hold on.
What are you tickling the kid?
That's the kid cringing at her mother's embarrassing attempts at attention.
You know what the translation was? Mom, get off the phone. You're making an idiot of yourself.
Yeah, Mom, you're
Were
an
you
ass.
tickling little Cassandra?
No, I just put her up in my lap.
Oh. 11?
Cassie's not that little. She's 80 pounds.
Why are we...
At 11, 80 pounds? Is that normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's small?
That's all right.
Is it? I like my 11-year-olds with a little meat on them.
All right, look, you're depressing the shit out of everybody.
I feel bad for the kid.
I got to step out of character here. This is a downer now.
We feel bad for the kid.
Absolutely.
And we don't like you. I'll speak for myself. I feel bad for the kid. That instead of just... because you're bringing your kid on the radio. What are you doing?
She's perfect.
I'm sure she's not the problem.
Yeah, you are. Don't you get it?
All right. Could you Could you leave now, please?
Why don't you just go away?
You guys are great. Jimmy, kiss mine.
Oh, good one. She'll go out with a bang.
She wants it.
She did, Jimmy.
She wants you so bad.
It's not. It's
No, she does.
Something I said
She
intrigued
wants
her,
your cock.
where she knows I shave it, and she knows it looks good, and it's a good thickness, and she probably just wants it in her face.
Yeah.
She wants to smell it. She
Yeah.
wants to breathe it in. She wants to clear
Everything.
stuff on her face.
Yep.
Jimmy,
Why am I
can you
saying
tell us
that?
more about
She does.
I don't know.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know.
So she had a
You sound
slight,
like you.
she had a slight problem with the show. We just fucking
Nah, but it was
destroyed
it was something about her
Her
was so
humanity.
annoying.
Exploitive. And she's, boy, if there is ever a profile or candidate for that Munchausen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
holy
dead on.
shit.
The Munchausen syndrome.
She just fucking attention whore. She probably knows all the nurses and doctors and questions them and helps out. What do you need me to do? I do that. No, I give her the injections every day. We know it. Before you know it, they find out the kid's fine. Mother's been pumping fucking toilet water into her. That's what happens. It's fucked up.
She's called before. I recognized the cadence of her voice.
Yeah, she was annoying.
All right, listen, we got to do line of the day and get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
Greg Giraldo, thanks for stopping by.
My vote
Thank
is
you, fellas.
Oh my God. That was depressing. What?
Steve sent me something real quick. I don't know if
Yes.
you want to check it out.
What?
He sent me an email a few minutes ago.
Bush and Batman. Go to this website. It's fabulous.
Yes, there's a Foundry logo, so you can't tell by looking at them which one it is.
Well, he forwarded me a picture of a porno picture that he felt looked like Opie, and I guess it was just real important that he had to share it with me.
Boy.
So
All right,
let's take a
Holy
look.
shit.
And,
That's hysterical.
It's of
The
Steve's,
fucking hair's too dark.
it's of Steve's opinion that this looks like Ope.
That really does, actually.
But he meant the cock. Look how big it is.
The cock's too small.
That really fucking does look like a younger Opie.
Oh, what have
It
you
looks
done?
like you. You fucking got the cocky look, the big hog. The girls looking at the camera like what?
That looks like the chick that just called.
Exactly. I was just thinking that.
It looks like Kathy Bates is blowing you. Fucking Opie was doing a live remote from the set of Misery. The fucking chick gave him a Hummer.
And how does Steve find that?
Of course he says.
Let's porn stars that look like Opie.
No, big cocks he Googles, and whoever pops up.
Hello,
Oh,
Steve.
hi,
Where
Steve.
did you
I thought
find
you were
this?
That is kind of
Where'd you find this gem?
It got sent to me by it got sent to me by some listener, so I forwarded it to Danny. It wasn't like I was trolling the internet looking for.
Oh, I thought you were
porno.
trolling, looking for large cock
What do you
gentlemen.
Google? Porno
Oops, I got
dudes that look like Opie?
Yes.
All right, we
Sorry, we've been teasing you.
we do line of the day now.
Yes.
It's time for line of the day.
Carbonite.com. Carbonite backs up your computer hard drive, so you never have to worry about losing any of your files. Check it out.
Great.
Opie.
Check it out at Carbonite.com, promo code XM.
Mm-hmm.
Here is a runner-up line of the day.
Fly around the planet until it rewinds.
Yes.
So we can fix our problems.
Back in time, because he's Superman.
John McCain eats puppies.
Greg Giraldo, a little runner-up line of the day, huh?
Oh.
GregGiraldo.com, and he's going to be at the show on Saturday, PNC Bank Arts Center. A few tickets still available, Jimmy.
Very funny, Greg Giraldo. Great comic.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks, Jim.
Sure.
Jim, that was really nice of you to say.
Well, you know what I mean.
No, I appreciate it.
All right.
Your aces in my book, too.
Well, that's what we do. We just kind of stroke each other a little. Two pals. That's my pal, big man, biggest man in town. Deluxe short dinner for my friend.
Here's another runner-up line of the day. You're just assuming it's all going to be okay, but you don't know if there's giant beasts right under the sand.
And the first words from the moon, oh my God, it's got my foot.
Buzz Aldrin tomorrow.
We have Buzz Aldrin very early. Pendulette after.
Penn and Taylor.
And Black Sabbath at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Mike DiStefano will be here as well.
Oh, wow. DiStefano's into like 8:30 and Luther Campbell is a maybe. Oh, God. It's a big.
Maybe.
No, whatever.
Oh.
It's a big, busy day, guys.
Yeah. Get a lot of sleep tonight.
Hate to be tired tomorrow.
Want to thank Patrick Carlin for
Oh,
calling.
yeah. He was very cool to talk to.
It was a lot of fun.
And, of course, the great Elo, who we will miss.
It was kind of sad, wasn't it?
Very sad, but it's not sad because he's not getting shit canned. It's like, he moved on the way you should move on to a bigger gig.
Yeah. Here's another runner-up line of the day.
So I lay and I am one with nature. And one time I woke up and a gecko was eating aphids off my testicles.
What? Ted.
That's right.
Ted is such an ass.
Ted cares about the planet. You don't.
Yes, apparently.
Ted doesn't want to leave a carbon footprint at all.
Responsible Ted.
That's right.
Ted was very funny today.
Yes, Ted doesn't use water bottles.
I'm thinking, though, how could Ted be that environmentally sound when he makes filaments for light bulbs?
Well, he only makes a few. They're different people.
Oh,
yes.
I thought it was the same.
There's a whole army of Teds.
I thought it was the same person because it sounds exactly the same.
They have different cadences
and they make the same face.
They've been cloned.
And they're all named Ted. They all have the same inane fucking thoughts.
It's obvious. Ted was cloned, and they don't have that cloning completely figured out, so each Ted is slightly different.
Bunch of guys that do different stuff.
Yes.
That's all it is.
What's wrong with you, Ann?
So Ted, the light bulb guy,
filament maker. We all know
filament maker, is different from
not
Ted.
Not much different. He's a clone of Ted, the environmentalist.
Ted the environmentalist can kiss my balls.
Oh, who's that?
I'm Ted the filament maker.
Oh, but he sounds just like him.
I sound nothing like that queer. He drinks acorn juice. I buy tomato cans and throw them in the street. I see trees and I just go, boo!
That was great. What Jimmy's doing, Ted, sorry to tear down a wall, but he has to look up even though the mic's right in front of him.
Yes.
He really plays the character.
His eyes are all shut.
His eyes are shut. He looks up when he does his Ted.
Yeah, that's the way Ted talks.
I understand.
There's many Teds.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
I went whale watching, and that has to be the worst.
In a mirror?
Look at both of you. I've never seen Jimmy look like he just got shot. His eyes went so wide open.
That's right. I'm Ted the whale watcher. Thanks for stopping in, Robert.
See the fucking work the dentist is doing on those teeth.
Yeah.
Much work as they get. They probably just wore down. He's fucking putting fence posts in. Every 6 months, fucking stupid has to go in and have just extra teeth added. Way to kill it. I had it and I got greedy.
Yeah, you got a little greedy, but
that's all right.
Congrats, guys. We made it to 11 today.
Yep.
Here's your line of the day.
Here comes the line of the day. Line of the day.
We weren't finished being nice. I stepped on it.
You're the worst.
Jimmy,
But no, he's
still here, though.
Right, Jimmy, listen to me.
Yeah,
You're you've got the timing of throat cancer.
I know.
Jesus.
Okay.
People want you to incorporate some Ted into your stand-up there, Jimmy.
It's hard to do because Ted just appears. I have no control over Ted. He just shows up. But I do occasionally. I'll do a Ted voice in my act, but I would like to do more. I don't know why on stage I almost feel like I would love to talk about. I never talk about radio show stuff on stage because I never want the crowd to think that I'm like relying on it and not doing. I don't know. I
should throw a little in there.
I know it's fun.
You're such a purist.
No, it's not that even.
No, it's because you're an artist.
I just don't want them to think that you're fucking. You take like I don't want them to think that I'm not working on stand up. It's too weird.
He does these impersonations. I swear, you would think it was the real people.
He sounded like the real person until he got throat cancer.
Oh, wow. Jimsy.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm breaking your balls and you're right away you're getting fucking fish.
Fucking fish.
Best line in movie history.
Love that. Best of my party.
Great, Geraldo. Thanks.
Yes.
See you Saturday.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's been great. Thanks. I was a little I'm a little sick today, so I didn't talk.
What's wrong, sweetie?
I've just a touch of AIDS.
Oh, that's all right. I've had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneeze it right out. Sweat it right out, some brandy.
I have a UTI. But I'm looking forward to Saturday. And,
yeah, get some rest. Saturday's a big day for you. Big day for Greg Giraldo.
Squeeze your cock over a rich cracker. That's how I get rid of my UTIs.
That does it?
Yeah, I grab the balls and I wring them.
Ring it right out.
I wring my dick and balls like an old rag.
What kind of cracker? Ritz?
Yeah, over a Ritz cracker.
Would that saltine work?
No, because Andy Griffith wants to eat it.
Chris Ritz cracker.